Oh my god. Okay. Here we go. Check here. Change that to live chat. Make sure we're streaming. How we doing? How we doing? Checking the chat. Checking the chat. Checking the audio if it ever decides to friggin' load. Checking the audio if it ever decides to friggin' load. Checking the audio if it ever decides to friggin' load. Okay. Seems like we are good to go. Let me go ahead and get the stream here. Keep that out. Go. Okay, close that. Don't need to see that anymore. Alright. Okay, let me just make sure. I'm trying. I have an idea. I want to see if I can do what I think I can. Because at the moment, my second monitor is not currently set up. So, got a little bit of housekeeping to do. I want to see if I can actually. Because I have a TV basically as my second monitor. So I can actually cast to it. So I want to know if I can, like, see the chat if I cast to it. That's the important part. Let's see here. Because if not, we're going to have an issue here. For chat, I'll just have to stay on top of it more. Can I see the friggin' chat? No. That's so stupid. Like, I see a stream, but I just cast it to the thing. Whatever. Alright, that's dumb. Oh, this is cool. I got like a bunch of different things. Yeah, my TV is called Phil, by the way. So, I don't know. I just named it Phil. I don't know why. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out what I should do with the chat then. I have an idea. Let's pop it out. Let's get pop-out chat going here. That'll be a good idea. So what we'll do is we'll have pop-out chat. I don't know why pop-out chat is. Can I go dark mode here? I don't want pop-out chat to be white. Really stupid. Okay. I have an idea. We're gonna go this, and then we're gonna go down here, and then actually no, let's go the other way with it. We're gonna go yeah, this here, and then OBS down here. Oh, what the fuck? OBS, come on, man. Why you gotta be that shape? What the fuck, OBS? Bro, go down there. Okay, fine, go up there then. Where's the... I was trying to get this to, like, show up correctly. There we go. There we go. That way I have chat over here. Okay. Yeah, because it doesn't really matter if you guys see it perfectly. It doesn't... God damn, like, this magnification on here. Whatever. As long as I can see the chat at any given time. Which, I mean, I can see it here, so maybe it's just side by side. But I don't think it'll let me. No, it will. Okay. Yeah, but I don't want to do that. See, this is the problem with sharing. Fuck it, I'm just gonna bring it up on my phone. I'm just gonna bring it up on my phone so I can look at the chat. Okay. I just don't want the chat clogging up my whole friggin' screen here. Let's see if I can see my... Yo. That. Mute my phone, so I don't need to see it. Alright, we got top chat. I don't want to see top chat. Go away. Go away with the top chat. I want to see all live chat. There we go. Okay, I'll just put my phone right here. That'll work just fine. I didn't pause the stream, actually. See it. I should be able to see if somebody comments in on something, which is probably not going to happen. I mean, I'm streaming at a weird hour on a Friday, so. Okay, now I can actually, like, close some of this stuff here. Yeah, we actually don't need the pop-out chat then. And then I can just, fuck it, I'll just full screen this. There we go. I'm just playing with things now, honestly. Honest to God, I'm just playing with things. Okay. So here we go. Hey guys, Super Rager. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And welcome to a stream. I know I haven't streamed in a minute. Like I said, my second monitor's been kind of out of commission. This is why I haven't streamed, because I can't have the chat up, and side stuff is a little harder to do. But yeah. I didn't want to do this stream. I didn't want to do this review. I didn't want to do any of this. But I feel like I have to. Because it's too fucking important to me. Like, I have had too many of these fucking franchises continually ruined, right? And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing half-assed work put into things that I like. Okay? I'm sick of Star Wars getting the treatment it does. I'm sick of fucking Star Trek getting fucked over like it has been. Um, I'm just like Rings of Power is going to come out. I'm not watching that, by the way. I refuse to watch that fucking abomination of Tolkien's work. Supposedly, they're just making shit up and they're using Tolkien's name to do it, and it's disgusting. Um, so I'm not watching that. I'm gonna watch reviews of it because there are several reviewers I watch, like Disparu, that go in depth, scene for scene, moment to moment, that basically let you watch the whole fucking thing without having to actually watch the fucking thing. And I don't want to watch the fucking thing because I know if I watch the thing, I'll have to do a stream like this because I have to get this shit out there once and for all so I can be done. Right? This is why I did a discussion of Prey and the Predator franchise before, where I broke everything down, and then we watched, the Dark Ages thing, and that was fine, right? Like, that was me having to say something about the Prey trailer, and just because it was annoying the shit out of me, right? And I didn't talk about it again until just now, because today is the day it comes out. Today is the day we can see it. I've watched the movie. I've watched the movie, okay? So I saw it for myself, and I fucking hate it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and establish a couple of ground rules here. A little bit of housekeeping. Number one, I was wrong about the Predator being female. Everything I saw in the trailer, I thought it was going to be a female Yacha. Glad they didn't do that. They at least respected the lore in that capacity. They violated the lore in a lot of other ways. But they at least had the common decency not to try to cram in that. But honestly, I wish this movie would have been written as a girl power flick. I fucking wish. I wish that would have been the story we got. Instead, we got one of the most incompetent protagonists I have ever seen. I do not understand the character of Naruto. Alright, we'll get into that. But first off, I was completely wrong. I'll admit it. I was wrong about it being a woman, right? And and I said that during the discussion as well. It's like, could it, is it going to be, signs point to yes, right? I was like, yeah, I think so, based on all this stuff that I see in the trailer. It's giving me that impression. So yeah, let's let's get that out of the way. And second thing, just like I said, I kind of wish it was a girl power flick, so at least I could view it through that lens. But this has nothing to do with Naruto being female. It has everything to do with the character of Naruto being a fucking moron and putting everyone around her in danger for no reason. It is hilarious. So, basically, and the problem is that, like, again, I'll get into the problems of Naruto in a minute, but I just want this out of the way immediately to say that, yes, I was wrong, the Yacha is not a woman. Okay, cool, fine. I'm happy to be wrong about that. I'm very happy to be wrong about that. Number two, the character, the protagonist, the person we're supposed to be rooting for, is a fucking imbecile. Number three, the Predator is somehow stupider than her. The Predator is more of an idiot than Naru is, and Naru's already completely incompetent. So, let's get into this. I have some notes I took in real time, and we're going to go through each one of them, and these are in chronological order of the film. I'm going to spoil the film, by the way. And again, you can't really spoil something that's this fucking terrible to begin with. But let's just get through it here. So, first things first, right? We start the film with this, and I will fight this copyright to the day I die. I'm not going to show the whole movie, I'm just going to show specific clips. So we start the movie with Naru, like, she's out here, this is her day, she gets woken up, and then she goes and she picks flowers or something. Yeah, she was picking, like, sweet potatoes or something. I don't know, she was doing foraging stuff. I'm going to mute it, we don't need the sound at all. It sounds, fucking... That's another thing that annoys the shit out of me, is... You have a movie entirely about Native Americans, and you have them all speaking English. Fucking why? I get that it's their language, so they understand each other. It's not like you can't show... We'll get onto that later. Anyway, it's like, I'm jumping the gun here. Well, first things first, she starts here with this, right? She's harvesting potatoes, whatever, cool. And then she immediately is like, nah, I don't want to do this right now. Even though I do this every day and I'm very used to doing this and this is part of my routine. I'm bored. oh, look, there's a tree. She looks at the tree. She looks at the axe. She has an idea. Now, the problem is this is not established if this is something she does often and she's just bored and she wants to go do that. Here's how you would have established that so it's clearer to the viewer the time frame of where she got this axe throwing skill fucking from. Okay? How you do that is you either show her doing it for the first time, or when she's out picking her, thing or whatever, like she's picking a potato or whatever. It's like, she gets up to go do something. It's like, not no, where do you go? Where do you think you're going? It's like, yeah, but I picked my lot already. It's in the bag. It's like, all right, fine. An hour. You get 1 hour, and then you got to come back. Like you fine. You get a break because you did all your work. Fine, cool. That shows that she's responsible. That she does what she's supposed to be doing, and then from there, I'm actually gonna dim my screen so I don't run my battery down like a dumbass. Just because I have my screen brightness up all the time. Anyway, so that would establish that she's responsible and that she knows how to balance work and play, and she's got that figured out, right? And that establishes that she's done this before multiple times, and this is how she does it. The problem is that this bitch never misses. She doesn't miss a single shot. So I put here, how did she hit every axe shot perfectly? Where is the failure and learning aspect? There's no failure in this at all. So my impression is this is the first time she has this idea. From the look on her face, you could see it on her face. Look at her. Look at her face. Watch her face. Watch it. She's bored. She looks at the tree. We focus her to the tree. We go back to her. She looks down. I have an idea. Like, that's what I get from it. And so the sound here is just, thwack. She's throwing this thing a lot. Here, she throws it here again. And again, I'm calling out your effects team. There's no reason for that to be a CGI axe. There's no fucking reason for that to be that way. You just needed somebody who could throw an axe. Just go get an axe and throw it. It's not fucking hard, dude. But this is freaking ridiculous. Sorry about that. I should actually get off that. Oh, that's just memes. Okay. So, and again, I don't care if she has the skill to throw the axe. That's not what I'm mad about. I'm mad about this. And this. And that. Wait for it. And also this. Every time. That's some Robin Hood shit. She hit the exact same mark in reverse. She hit the same spot. Now, you could qualify these as failures, right? Like, oh, okay, she didn't hit exactly the center, but the fact that it hit it all is annoying the shit out of me. At least once, show her fucking missing it. At least you start with, she throws it, it falls, she throws it, it falls. She's like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. Maybe she's trying to throw it from, like, the bottom, and that's, maybe not it. Maybe, oh, what if I turn around and throw it backwards or something? Like, let her figure out how to throw the thing, Maybe, like, she's like, wait, what if I do this? And she turns around and she throws it from the head instead. And that way the weight of the handle. I don't know. Find some way to demonstrate that she was failing at it, and then she was successful at it. And then I will buy that she hits every shot after that. Then I will buy that she's competent. I don't fucking buy it right now. But again, I overlooked this. When I watched the movie, I took a quick note on it, and I said, you know what, fine. I will give her the benefit of the doubt. We're establishing that she knows what she's doing, and she's got it. So she goes up to kill this friggin' deer, right? And she goes up to kill the deer, and then the loud rumble is the predator ship comes down, and it scares the deer off. And, again, watch this. Oh, it moved. Let me throw that. Doesn't miss that. That would have been the perfect time to show that she's not infallible. She throws the axe, and because she did it quickly, because she didn't concentrate, because it was in the middle of action, she wasn't good at that. So when she's standing still with a still target, she's prepared. And then when she panics, she threw it and it bounced off and it missed. But no, they do it just so that when she gets it, so she can do this cool run, and I jump over the log and I grab it at the same time and I'm running after this thing. Great, cool. So that's everything with that. And then we get to the predator ship coming down. We get this part. This part pisses me off, right? So this part is so funny to me because she's like hunting a bird with her brother or something, right? Like there's the bird, and he's telling her this story, and this story is actually relevant to her later, but she just doesn't want to hear it. I remember when father told me I was ready for kutamiya, my big hunt, right? Or kuta, however the fuck they say it. You were little, so mother took you to gather medicine, right? So that establishes the patriarchal society. But father and I, we went up into the hills, right? The rain was bad, everything wet. Okay. We crawled through the mud in my bowstring. Now she's pretending to sleep, right? My bowstring got ruined, and this is the very moment I stopped liking Naru as a character. She immediately got off on the wrong foot. You were sleeping, indicating that if you don't step up and do it, somebody else is going to eat your lunch. Okay, and the fact that he is telling her a vital, he's not just making conversation while you guys are trying to shoot a bird, right? He's not just making conversation with you, woman. He is fucking. He is trying to give you a life lesson, and you didn't want to hear it. And this bites her in the ass later, and she doesn't learn from it. It's fucking stupid. Oh, it keeps turning off. Actually, can I set that to just not turn off? That would be ideal, so I don't have to keep checking on it. Yeah, let me check on this real quick and see if there's a way to like turn off the sleep mode temporarily. That nightlight? No, not that, not that. Battery. Battery? Maybe it's in batteries. Well, battery saver is off. Adapt battery on. Detecting when apps. Limit battery for apps that you don't use. Whatever. Battery percentage. Optimize charging. Overcharge protection. Display. That's probably where it is. Adaptive brightness. Nightlight will never turn on automatically. Dark theme will never turn on automatically. Brightness level, styles, advanced. Come on, man. Here we go. Screen timeout. That's what I need. Let's go for 30 minutes. That'll work. Okay. Much better. Now we can go back to the got there. I need to get like a mount for this or something. Anyway, so he's telling you this fucking story, and she's a disrespectful little cunt. Like, your brother's trying to tell you something, and it's like, okay, she's the annoying little sister. All right, I give you a pass for that one. It's like you're fucking snoring. Like the amount of disrespect here. Yeah, you were sleeping. Yeah, I was waiting for it to circle back. It's like I had a plan. No, you didn't. He nailed it. You are using the same weapon. He nailed it. You didn't. You're inferior. Your skill sucks. And it's not because she's a woman. It's because she's fucking stupid. This is the part I fucking hate right here. This part I fucking hate is like when they show it, and then the bird falls next to a bunch of people. And this is the stupidest line from her. Now you're gonna have to cross the river to get it. Okay, and then you immediately cut to a bunch of people over here. It's like, yeah, one of you guys could just like pick that up and go hand it to him. It's kind of like when one person cooks and one person does the dishes. It's like yeah, he shot it. The least they can do is like pick it up and take it to him. Again, okay, fine. He goes, get. Don't get your bowstring wet. She's making snarky fucking comments at him because he did her job for her. Because she was not fucking, And this is where she tells him, oh, I saw a sign, the Thunderbird, I'm ready to do a big hunt, whatever. What does he say? He says something. Like, it's not like the big speech. There's like a bigger speech later that I love him for pointing it out to her. Yeah, she wants to go on a hunt. Okay, cool. You think you're ready. All right, cool. So, you want to hunt something that's hunting you. Right. So the implication is that the Kutamiya is a, like, you hunt like a lion or a bear or something. You hunt something dangerous, right? You go after predators, not prey, right? Okay, cool. Right? That makes sense. And it's so fucking obnoxious. So then she goes back to the village, and she's here. This part's fucking obnoxious to me as well. Like, she's in here with, I assume her mom or her aunt or somebody, or some older woman that she's like the medicine woman of the village, I guess. And she's using the hatchet to break up the fish. And the woman hands her a knife. She's like, yeah, here, use the fucking knife, dumbass. Use the right tool for the right job. Knives are designed to cut things, not a fucking hatchet. Okay? A hatchet is for chopping wood and hunting and shit, not for, like, the knife is for cleaning the fish. Like, she's just so disrespectful and arrogant. I hate this character because she doesn't respect her people, she doesn't respect their teaching, she doesn't respect their ways. She wants to do her own thing, and doing her own thing is completely detrimental to everything else. So then they establish this this orange blossom thing, orange tang or something. They called it orange tongue, orange tune, something like that. So this orange flower, if she put some in her bag there, she's about to take some off the pedal here. Let's see. Right. So there's this orange flower, and this comes up later. This is actually an integral part to the story because it conveniently lets her understand how the predator hunts using thermal vision. Even though, as a person who doesn't even understand metal, as will be demonstrated later, he doesn't even understand metallurgy. There is no fucking way she can understand the concept of something hunting by heat because she lives in the Pacific Northwest. Nothing in her region is heat based, right? Like, I don't, like, okay, again, a lot of this I was giving a pass to as I watched it. I was like, okay, it'll get good eventually. 38 minutes in. Okay, we have an hour left. It's gonna get good, right? Hour two. We have 20 minutes left. It's gonna get good, right? And it never does. Nothing about this is ever good except for the parts of the Predator, where the Predator is killing the shit out of everybody in very unique ways. It's Saw. This movie is the Saw of the Predator series. It's how many ways can the feral Predator kill different people and make it interesting? It's a friggin' demo reel. It's an action demo reel and an effects demo reel. That's all this movie is. The story is friggin' pathetic. Okay, so then these guys go out, and they're looking for their buddy, right? Let's see, did I write anything else? Yeah, she is such a petty child. Yeah, like, okay, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the lion defeat here in a minute. So they're going out to find one of their buddies because I guess he got attacked by a lion, or he was looking for a lion. Like, they knew there was a lion in the area, they need to get rid of it, so they, I don't know, like just the idea is there is a guy out there, I guess, by himself, or they were part of a hunting party and got separated. However it happened, Steve got lost, and they think a lion attacked him, so they're gonna go hunt. They're going out to hunt the lion and find Steve. Like, I don't know what his name is. I don't think they actually say his name, but yeah, Steve. Whatever. We're calling him Steve. So Steve's missing. Steve got ate by a lion. This is a cool sequence. I actually really like this sequence. Again, everything to do with the Predator until the last, like, 20 minutes or so. I don't know. Like, the Predator, yeah, like the last, like, 30 minutes of this film make the Predator really fucking stupid. But everything with the Predator up to that point is actually a really cool sequence. So here's a rat, and it was like an ant here, and then the rat eats the ant, and then the snake eats the rat. It's food chain stuff, right? It's circle of life. And it's like, okay, so the snake is the biggest fish in this pond, right? Okay. And then the Predator, you can see it here, it's kind of warbly. So the Predator's here. The snake knows Predator's here. Goes for it, Predator says, nah, skins it, okay. And again, this at least is relevant because it's not just a cool scene. It does, the Predator leaves evidence, basically. It leaves the body of the snake, and its footprint is there. So when she sees it later, she's like, hey, something else is out here. And they, of course, don't listen to her for... They think it's a bear, which is fucking safe to assume. It looks like it has claws, so maybe it's a bear that stepped weird, or is it a really big bear? I don't know. So they find the guy, right? So they find the guy, and he's all messed up, whatever. And she gives him, yeah, they build this, you know, little stretcher for him and everything. They make some torches because it gets dark, and she gives him the root. Yeah. So much could kill him. Nah, he won't die. So she knows medicine stuff, right? Which is cool. I buy that. I buy it. She knows medicine stuff. Welcome back to YouTube. Sap, what is up, my guy? Welcome to the chat, buddy. Yeah, I'm back. Like I said, the only reason I haven't been streaming is because my second monitor's been kind of out of commission. Nothing's like broken or anything. I just haven't had the cord. I had to loan the cord I was using out to somebody else. But yeah, that's why I haven't been streaming, is because the whole chat thing is a little harder. I should just get back into it because on the phone it's not too bad. But yeah, so she gives him the thing, and the way this works is it like makes I think it's supposed to be some kind of like coagulant or something, because it makes your blood cold. It makes your body cold. And so by doing that, the blood moves slower so you don't bleed out. Totally makes sense. I buy it, right? Finally finished New Vegas this week. Nice, Sam. Nice. Love to see it. So she gives him this, and then yada yada, whatever. It doesn't kill him, it just cools his blood. Okay, cool. So they put him on the stretcher. They're leaving. Let's see. They're leaving, and then what else? What else? Oh my god! Like there's like this movie's very slow in the first hour. So he wants to put the blanket on because he's cold, right? And she's like, no, the cold's good because his blood won't like fall out or whatever. Like she knows medicine. Medicine tells his blood if he gets warm, it'll bleed out. She perfectly describes exactly what's wrong. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna listen to you. Even though I know you. We are a village of like 20 people. I know that you specifically hang out with our medicine woman all the time, and you know this shit. Hi, McBuster100. Welcome to the chat, man. How you doing? So she knows this. She has credentials, and the guy is just being a dick for no reason. Like, no, I know better than you, even though you're the person that's like saving his life with your magical plant. Like, again, that's bad writing. You don't just make it like, oh no, I don't listen to you, whatever. And then the reverse happens later, where she's a total bitch to them for no reason in a later scene. Let's see. Do you want to be comfortable alive? Good thing. Now, here's the thing: is clearly she needs to be with him to like help him or whatever, right? And then it's like, no, we don't have time. We gotta move, guys. Like, stop fucking around. And then this is where Sari finds the snake, and then they find the evidence of the predator, etc. And then they both run back to go help whatever the fuck, right? Yeah. So she's looking for whatever. She's like, nah, there's a track here. So she finds her brother. Her brother is Tabe, I think is his name. This guy, I don't know. But that's her brother. This guy. And then there's this other guy with him, and they've come to I think they've come to the lion's den at this point, and she has a plan to like bait it basically. So like they're gonna bait like blood in the area to get the lion to come out. So the lion just eats the other guy, right? Because he's talking shit. Which is funny. He gets his comeuppance. I feel that. There's this moment. Where is it? Yeah, it's like, oh, you ever seen a lion, dude? It's got gnarly teeth and everything. Yeah, he's talking about it. And he's talking and talking and talking, and the lion just basically creeps up on him. So here's, him baiting whatever, and he's just talking shit, lion pops up. Now, I know it's dark, but y'all have moonlight. You're looking right at him. You guys are just, like, this would be the part to show Naru's competence as a hunter and be like, yo, dude, I don't care. Shut the fuck up. I'm listening for the lion. I'm looking for the lion. Because this thing could show up any minute now. And then it shows up and it eats that guy gets eat. Yeah, that guy gets like fucked up. So then she sees the predator. So she's out on a limb, literally out on a limb. She's on a limb. She's got the spear, and the lion's coming at her. And I'm actually gonna start slowing things down if I can. Can I? I cannot actually change the speed. That sucks. But the lion comes at her. She spears it in the side, and that weakens it. So later her brother comes back out and kills it. Right. But he rescues her and takes her back to the village after she got her noggin conked. And then, let's see. Then he comes back with it. And she's such a fucking child in this sequence. I hate it. So, like, he comes back. He killed a whole-ass lion, right? Now, even if he stabbed the lion on the side, it's still a fucking lion, But it's like, okay, fine. She helped. Great. Cool. Her plan was a good plan. It just wasn't executed right. All right, fair enough. That establishes that she's at least somewhat intelligent. So here they're doing like some ceremony. The chief is talking about like, oh yeah, he's great. He killed this guy and protected us and brought home the lion and whatever. Like ceremonial shit to his accolades. Like they're recounting the tale of how he killed the lion. Cool. The Predator movie should have ended with the first movie. The Alien vs Predator series should have the development of the Predator. You are correct, Sap. Absolutely. I think that Predator 2 is a fine sequel, and I think that Predators is a fine third installment, right? And then I think AVP has its own kind of thing going on. But the Alien series had this as well, where you had Alien and then you had Aliens, right? It went from horror to more action oriented, and then it turned into nonsense after that. And again, I don't hate the other Alien movies, right? Except maybe the Alien. It's not Alien 3 where they're in the Foundry. The one in the Foundry is pretty cool. Actually, it's like the same fucking concept as this film. This feels like they wanted to do Alien 3, but with a Native American woman. I believe her tribe is Comanche specifically. Like she's a Comanche. So like anyway, but not to get too off topic with Alien and all that. So they're doing this. They're doing this. There's a part where she's just like pouting and looking at the ground or something. Like she is a friggin' child. Where is it? He's all he's all happy. Yeah, we did it. Yay! The village is safe. Saved the day. This guy turns away. Now, I can understand this guy getting pissed because he was on babysitter duty and he was sent back with the others to save the guy and like save him. So, him being a petty bitch about it, right, is understandable that he's jealous because he, is clearly like he wants that guy's position, right? He wants to be as cool as Tabe, right? It's like so him turning away and being all sad about it is one thing. But fucking where's her? Like look at her. Watch. Wait for it. Yeah, she's just looking at it like, damn, I'm mad as hell. Where's the part where she's all pouty? Look at her. She's all like pouty and looking down. And then she turns away. Let's see. Let's go back. There's a part in here somewhere, and again, I would love to just play the whole friggin' clip, but YouTube would get pissed. So I'll just like try and find it. Again, if I had double speed, this wouldn't be a problem. There's a part where she like is like you can just tell she's pouting her lip and she's looking down. And it would be one thing if she spoke up in this moment and was like, hey, it was actually my plan, guys. And again, her brother's a dick for not saying that, being like, yeah, actually it was her plan, and when I found it, it was already wounded. So give her some props too. So he is kind of being a dick in this moment, but he also went and killed it the rest of the way. Look at her. Look, she won't even look at him. I'm sorry, if my brother went off and did something cool, I would be happy for him. Your people are now safe from a lion. You should be happy about that. It's not about you. It's about what's best for your people. You fucking child. So yeah, if we go back to my notes here, she is such a petty child. She should be happy that her brother defeated the lion. Yeah, she should be happy about that, right? Let's see. The problem with the Predator movies after the first is that it was the 80s and 90s, and Hollywood wanted to milk the series forever. Yeah, exactly. Like, they weren't doing it out of respect or intrigue like any of the fan movies have done. Like, Predator Dark Ages is great because it's not trying to milk a franchise, not trying to piggyback on the success of the Predator. It's telling its own Predator story in a very interesting way. But, yeah, no, this fucking... So she's just all petty, and she's mad about it. But he actually shuts her down very effectively and, like, checks her ego. It's like, where are you going? We did it. Yeah, like, let's celebrate. No, we didn't do it. It was my... Yeah. What do you think let those tracks skin the snake? So she's concerned about that, and she's rightfully concerned about the other thing. And before I fell, I saw lightning in the trees. Or, there's something out there. And if there is, I'll get it. That's what he said. Like, he's not discounting her. He's like, yeah, okay, so if there's something else, we can just kill that too. I killed a lion, I can kill this thing. Which I believe he could have killed it better than she could because he's an actual warrior and a hunter. But Daily and Predator movies being an embarrassment in the film industry. Yeah, exactly. Like milking the franchise. Yeah, we have to go beyond the ridgeline. No. Okay, I'll hunt it alone. You can't. Do I need your permission? This is the thing that pisses me off about Naruto's character. It's like, by the way, we are 30 minutes into this film, and we haven't seen the Predator make one kill yet. Like, let's go look up. If I go, I can check it. It's on Hulu. If I go look at it on Hulu, where's the first one? There it is. But we can actually check the 30-minute mark on this one as well to see. It's got a couple ads on it, but that's not a problem. So at the 30-minute mark here, so it's about in line with it. But see, here's the thing: is 30-minute mark, we see there's conflict between Dutch and him. The mission's blown. They're having conflict. Same thing, right? the mission isn't what they thought it was, conflict. It's the same concept done worse. But the thing with Dutch and their guys is in the first movie is that they actually did something. They went on an expedition. It's literally stealing story beats from the first movie. And I'd be fine with that if it was doing it better, but it's not. It's literally the story beat of where are we going? Well, me and the boys are going out. We got to go into the forest and find these people, right? Because our guys are missing. So we need to go know what happened to them in their helicopter and whatever. They find it in like, when do they find it? They land at like 10 minutes into the film. Where the hell is the helicopter bit? Right here, yeah. Like, it's like they find a guy, he's all skinned up. They all see the evidence. They all accept that, yeah, there's something fucking weird going on here. You know? And we even get hints of the Predator is watching them. The Predator ain't done shit with the Comanche so far. It has had zero interactions with them. Like, the only thing it did was, like, scare the lion away, I think. But then we get a big, cool action sequence. But again, this is a subversion stream. But there's stuff happening 30 minutes in. There's intrigue. There's not really fucking intrigue with the other one. But let's go back to it. Let's go ahead and go back in it. Let's check it out again. Okay. So, do I need your permission? It's not about permission. You can't. He's like, dude, you're not a hunter. You are in danger. You are my... Like, the subtext here is, you are my responsibility, right? Like, you are not only a member of this village, you are my sister. You are important to me, and I don't want to see you hurt. I had to carry you back. That's what he's saying, is, I'm trying to protect you. I can hunt. Bitch, no, you fucking can't. She proves this multiple times. You failed to hunt the lion. You are going to fail later in hunting the bear. How the fuck she manages to kill this predator is beyond me. See, I don't know how she manages it in the end of this film to kill this thing. She suddenly grows a brain and figures out how to lay a trap for it. And she gets extremely lucky in that fight. And it's not the predator is, like in the first film, right? It's not like not the predator's like overconfident like it was with Dutch. No, it's just stupid. It's just really stupid and convenient for her. But yeah, this conversation's great because it's everything I think with this guy. Yeah, he's like, yeah, you're right. We didn't do it. I did it. I got the lion. I killed it. I finished the job. You tried. You just... Wait for it. You couldn't bring it home. It's like, you couldn't do it. Now, remember that phrase, you couldn't bring it home. He's going to bring it up later for emotional effect, even though I don't give a fuck about these characters. So, like, he points it out clearly. He states it to her. Like, you can't fucking hunt. You suck at it. You failed. You're a failure. So what does she do? The next day, instead of going off with the other people, going to, I don't know if it's all women or whatever, but, like, where she usually goes to go pick, you know, like, harvest food and get grain and whatever, she decides to go off to the ridgeline all by herself. Now, again, this is going to bite her in the ass. It's incompetent, it's stupid, and it's going to get her people hurt because of her actions. Wasn't the Predator in the first film a rookie? Yes. As in, not only was its first hunt in its species, but was able to take out the cast in the film. Yeah. So, the idea is that, like, well, technically, no. So, it had the plasma caster in the first film. And we've established that the only time the Predator gets a plasma caster is after its first hunt. So you have to prove that you can hunt without the super awesome tech, and then you can hunt with the tech. So you get the plasma caster is like a rite of passage for them. So you're kind of right on that, though, Sap, in that the Predator in the first film was actually like, you know, I don't know what level that Predator was, but that was a Predator contending with people with high-powered weaponry, hit-and-run tactics. This one, as you're going to see, is completely different. This thing just goes balls to the wall action sequences. And that's the only interesting thing in this movie is when the Predator is like, ooh, that's a really cool move that the Predator just did. That's it. It's zero substance. It's all style, zero substance. So she goes off on her own to go hunt this thing. And she goes miles. She goes very far. Now, this part annoys the shit out of me. So she goes hunting this thing. Now, as you can tell, it was like dawn, and now it's like later. So she was walking for hours to get to this place, right? She went way far away from the village. But But yeah, so she finds evidence of this thing's blood, right? Now, she finds the footprint, and this is a pretty cool shot. I'll give him this. She does this with the stick, and she breaks it off to measure it, and she holds it up so you can see. It's like, oh, that's a big boy. That's a big foot. She's like, okay, that's clearly not a bear. That's a cool scene. I like that cinematography. Then we're gonna get another scene here. But she doesn't take that with her, by the way. That little piece of bark that had the predator blood on it, that should be enough to convince your guys that you need to form a hunting party and go after this thing. Break it off, take it back to the village, and be like, hey guys, check this thing out. We've never seen this shade of green. It should be glowing, right? It's bioluminescent, as was established in the first film. It is bioluminescent blood, right? It is bright. It is fluorescent, okay? So, taking that back should be enough to be like, look, here's this. I already pointed out that something skinned the snake. That was fucking weird. That there was a big fucking foot on the ground. That's weird, right? There's all sorts of signs pointing to something weird. Here's the evidence. Do you now believe me? Because her brother is actually the one guy who's not that much of a dick to her in the village. He actually, like, respects her a bit. So it's like, oh, okay. If you showed him that, I'm sure he would look at that and go, you know what? That's really fucking weird. Where did you find that? We should go look into it. Right? Just to make sure. Because it's not like you're doing much else, you know? Let's see. I seen the film. I hated it, just how they handled the Predator. Sap, are you talking about the first Predator film or Prey? Because, fuck me. But, you know, this is another cool sequence where you got the rabbit, and then the rabbit runs from the wolf, and then there's a lot of very poetic, symbolic shots in this, and I like that. I like all the bits to do with the Predator. I hate all the things to do with Naru. Like, everything to do with her and her people is so fucking obnoxious. I'm just not a fan. Sap says Prey, yeah, they completely mishandle it. So this thing's different, right? So it's just taking this wolf on full bore. It doesn't kill it from afar, it's testing it, right? So it went from a snake, now it's fighting a wolf. It's going up the food chain, which is a really cool idea. It gets down to its level, it's like, all right, motherfucker, I'm down here. You want some? Come get it. This Predator is actually a really cool action character. I don't know why its fucking armor is glowing orange instead of blue, when the camouflage before has always glowed blue and sparked with blue, but okay. So the wolf goes at it. It lets it bite him. Like, it doesn't even... Oh, I'm sorry. It bit it before. I'm not going to show it, but in this fight sequence, it starts by, like, the wolf comes at it and bites it in the leg. But then it has a really cool shot where the wolf actually bares its teeth. Not a close-up, just like a general shot, and you still see the blood on the tooth, which is a really nice touch. But look at this shot. Where have we seen this shot before, guys? Wait for it. And it falls over eviscerated. Where have we seen this shot? Two people squaring off, looking at each other intently. Yeah, there's the blood on its tooth. Where have we seen this shot? Oh, gee, I pointed this shot out last stream in Predators. They're stealing from the other movies, and that's why these sequences with the Predator are really cool, because I've seen them before, and I like what they're doing. Everything that's original to this film, everything to do with Naru, all the storytelling, blows. It's terrible, right? But everything to do with the Predator's cool. Because half the shit they do with the Predator is ripped off of the other things. And here it's like, it's like, I win, you know? So then she's hunting rabbits. So it's this parallel between she does this, he does that. There's a shot later where the Predator is wounded and she's wounded. So the Predator patches itself up, she patches herself up, filling the wound. And again, it's wasted. That kind of moment is so wasted on the character of Naru and on this story. The cinematography's in the right place. The effects are great. Everything technical about this film and everything symbolic is really fucking cool. I just don't give a shit about the main character. I'm supposed to care. I cared. I wanted to see if Dutch would defeat the Predator. I wanted to see if the detective would save his partner. I wanted to see if, fucking, in Predators, I wanted to see if they would actually make it off the planet. I don't care. And another reason I don't care is honestly the setting. Because it's like, oh yeah, these Native Americans, yeah. I know what happens to the Comanche in the timeline. Their tribe gets all fucked up and wiped out anyway. So fighting for her people is really fucking pointless in this moment, because later her civilization just gets destroyed anyway. By other people. By white men. Ridiculous. Let's see. Sap says, take the wolf scene, for instance. No other predator would do that. Oh, yeah, no. And the fact that later, we'll get to the bear thing here in a minute. But, the fact that just, like, it's like hand-to-hand fighting it, you know? Which, again, works in Predators because here's a samurai with a sword. I have a sword. Predator and samurai fight each other on equal ground. Ritual, honor code, things that we know about the predator species. Rival, welcome to the chat, man. Honestly, I would rather see a movie where the predator is the main character. I said that last stream. Rival, you read my mind. I said this last stream. You should have been there. Last time I streamed talking about the predator. I would love to see a movie where, like, some kind of government organization or task force is put together to actually lure one of these things in. And it's like, the predator comes to hunt, but then, like, they blow up its ship, and now it's trapped, and it has to figure out, it has to, like, go to, like, a radar tower in the distance, and it's trying to get there. And you see the entire film from the predator's perspective. Like, the only dialogue is, like, hearing the people in the distance. Nothing about those guys. They're just faceless commandos sent to kill the thing. And so now the predator is actually at a disadvantage. That would make for an interesting movie. Hulu, okay? Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Like, isn't it Disney, technically? Because Prey belongs to Fox, and Fox belongs to Disney. So, gee, another fucking Disney product with bad writing. Who would have guessed? But no, this is a cool sequence as well. Like, okay, the Predator, like we started with a rabbit in the last one, now we have a rabbit here. The Predator was hunting the wolf, this thing's hunting the rabbit. Here we go. Oh, Fudge is back. Welcome back to the chat, man. It's been a bit there, Fudge, but welcome back. Welcome back. So this scene's kind of interesting because remember before when I said, okay, show me the failure of how she throws this axe and fails at it, then she succeeds later, so that shows me how she acquired that skill? This is the exact opposite. It shows me nothing but her failure, and then, like, there's no success part of it. It just implies her success. So, this is just her, she's like, hunting the rabbits, and then she makes this rope, right? This is where she ties the rope onto her thing. She practices with it, and this is cool, because it shows her practicing with it, and it's already established that she can throw the axe. Okay, so she can pull it back. It magically pulls in a straight line. I don't know if you guys have ever pulled something attached to something else like that. It doesn't pop back in a straight line, no matter how you pull it. When you pop that, it tends to go in a slight arc over it. So it's CGI nonsense. They didn't even go practical with it. So, yeah, so watch this. So here we go. We've got her, she's throwing the thing. Cool. Now, my problem with this sequence... Let me turn my phone back on. I don't know why I turned it off. I'm a dumbass. My problem with this sequence is, it shows us, okay, she put the rope on it to help her hunt the rabbits. Great. Fantastic. How does that help? And then we cut to... Boom! Success! How? So, this movie is the epitome of tell, don't show. They're not actually demonstrating the things they need to demonstrate in these scenes. They're implying she's successful. How? How did tying the rope make it better? Show me her throwing it, missing, pulling it back quickly, and then throwing it again to catch the rabbit mid-run. Because then it's like, oh, she knows how to recalculate and adapt in the middle of a fight. Okay, she's got it. It gave her more speed. That's why she tied the rope. That would make fucking sense, wouldn't it? Genius. God. I just, like, if you wanted an excuse for her to tie a rope to a hatchet, why not just have it to where half the time when she throws it, she misses, and she has to go pick it up and find it out of the brush, and she's like, damn, I've got to stop fucking losing this thing. And so she puts a fucking rope on it. There you go. You still get your rope, but it's written way better, isn't it? Rival says, like, maybe they could do one where it's a rookie predator versus an experienced one. Their competition alerts humanity, causing them to do what you said. Yeah, exactly. You could literally make it like a father-son ritual thing of like, oh, I'm taking my son on his first hunt, and then maybe the dad predator gets killed, right? And like, you know, but he nukes himself to keep the technology. Like, he gets mortally wounded. They're coming, and he's just like, nah, son, you gotta go. He's like, no, you go. You survive. Go send out the signal and go get a pickup. And then he's like, you know, he blows himself up. And then it's like, okay, and then the remainder of a task force comes in after him. and now the task force is hunting the other one. There you go, Rifle. That's a great idea for a film. I would love to write that one. Yeah, not even a huge Predator fan. I can think of a better story. Yeah, like if this is for anybody who's a filmmaker, right? If somebody who is not into your series, if somebody who's not an avid moviegoer or whatever, if I like I might be a cinephile, right? I might understand story and stuff, but even I'm not I'm not some indie filmmaker. I'm not even like I've produced a short film before and some animation stuff, but I haven't actually did a whole film like this before, right? I would love to. I would love to get that going one day. I got to get a camera and all that first to really start playing around with it. But I know the skills. I know the focus throws and everything. I just don't have the equipment at the moment. But the thing is, if I can rewrite your scene or your entire story in 5 minutes to be better, you didn't. You like that's like first draft shit. You're telling me that's as smart as you could write it? You're telling me that's what you wrote? And again, I don't know if the studio demanded it be written this way or what, but damn, it's really stupid. Like, so again, just show me her succeeding. I want to see how does she use it. We get to see the Predator using all of its toys. Why the fuck do we not really see her use any of her stuff until the end of the film? So this is a cool sequence, actually. I love this. Again, back with the Predator, right? All the Predator stuff's really cool. So this actually shows how in the field the Predator like field strips the skull. And that's a really neat idea. And it removes all of it, and then it picks it up. And it's like, this is some really cool cinematography where it picks it up. I don't know why it picks up half the skull, not like with the mandible as well, but I guess it just didn't want to pick that part up. Like, this is cool. I like looking at this. Fuck Naru. I don't give a shit about Naru. I care about the Predator. I'm here for the Predator, boys. As someone that took filming and acting back in high school and the first year in college before stopping, I can say it's easy to write a story, but acting it out is a process. You're correct. Yes, exactly. Like, you are absolutely correct. Translating from written word to screen does have its hurdles, Sap. But those are hurdles that every filmmaker, every director has to go through. And unless you're Tarantino and you write it and you revise it and write it perfectly the first time and you know exactly what you want going into it, you're going to have to fix some things. That's fine. Just fix the fucking thing on the day and be like, you know what? Let's try a different piece of dialogue here. Let's see. What is this? Oh, yeah. So this is where she finds some buffalo. And the buffalo got skinned, whatever. So here she's found traps. And so there's like some French trappers around here. And she's actually speaking Comanche in this, which is really cool. I don't know what the fuck she's saying, right? Doesn't translate it, which is cool. I don't want it translated. I just want it, like, the implications that she's saying a prayer, she's saying it in her native language, cool. Even though it doesn't make any fucking sense, because why would it sound like that? This is the Klingon problem, right? Where on Star Trek, half the time, like most of the time, it's all in English just for the sake of the audience. But sometimes the Klingons are speaking in Klingon, but the universal translator is supposed to be translating that, so I don't get it. Either that or they're just choosing to speak English. I don't know. So, Rival says, after watching Thor Love and Thunder, my hope for any good movie writer to actually exist in the future is drastically reduced. Correct, Rival. I feel exactly the same way. That movie is fucking dumb. Like, it's not terrible. It's painfully average. It's like a 5 out of 10. And just because of comedy, everything ruins the movie. But yeah, so she sees this, she has a little prayer. So this is the part that totally kills it. She looks at it and she's like, she has no idea what that is. She smells it and she's like, oh, it's something, right? It's something I've never seen before. Which, I don't know if they have like a peace pipe or whatever, that's like the stereotypical thing. So I don't know if they smoke tobacco in her tribe. But yeah, so here's the Predator jumping from tree to tree, which is kind of cool. So this is the part that annoys me as well. So they ignore canon here by having the Predator stepping through a river. But as we saw in the first movie, we can literally see it right here. Actually, no, not right here. But we can literally see it in the first movie where stepping through water makes it make little things. It even happens in the second movie, too, where the Predator's stepping through a puddle and it's like making some noise. But, I mean, that's fine. Again, the Predator doesn't look that bad in this. You guys probably can't see it because it's in 720. But, like, the camouflage and everything looks pretty fucking cool, man. Like, I'm a fan. I'm legit a fan. I like the way it looks. This part's dumb as hell. I love this part. So, like, yeah. Now, I think the dog actually runs through here, does it? Yeah, the dog goes through here, but I guess she thinks the ground is solid because the dog went through there just fine. So I think this is supposed to be implying that the predator was dropped off here. Like this is like maybe the predator's camp or something because like the trees were broken and it's all this thing laid down flat. I don't know. But she should really be questioning why this section is untouched when the rest of this is like you have solid ground over here. I don't know why you would walk through here. It's just it's stupid. This scene is entirely pointless, by the way. Other than like this sequence with the mud is just so she can set a trap in this area for the predator later. So here comes the predator, and she's got either the predator's looking at the cigarette or the cigar, or whatever. It's like, huh, okay, that's interesting, and then it drops it, and it's like, okay, that's meh. What's this thing? This thing's a little fresher. This is different. Let me look at this. That's again a really cool bit of cinematography there. The little bit of the camouflage because it's like he's moving his fingers around. That's pretty cool. I like that. And again, everything to do with the predator is pretty fucking cool for the most part. There's stuff we'll get to later, but let's see here. Sap says I can still remember that during my early years of doing Halo Machinima, trying to shoot opening scenes was impossible because I was trying to translate what I had written along with making scenes more interesting. Yeah, that's the thing is you have to when you write a script, you also have to think in like terms of okay, I can't just say like some scripts are sparse, right? And that's left to the director. Somebody like George Lucas where he'll like say they fight, Like in the prequels, he wrote a lot of they fight and he left it up to the choreographer. But because he knew that the fight choreographer would come up with something really good and he could trust him and he didn't have to spell it out and he didn't have to because if he tried to spell it out, he doesn't know fight language, so it's like harder to translate. Just let him handle that, And that's how you work with a team. Rival was saying, I was hoping this movie would have been good for the fans after the one with the kid completely choked on release. Sad to say, hopes never made it to the chopper. Yeah, exactly. Get to the chopper. Me telling all the Predator fans to stop caring about the franchise and go back to the first, 3 movies. Like, oh my god. And again, this Predator 2018 is still so bad that this movie is not that bad, right? Comparatively. This is a 4 out of 10. Predator 2018 is a literal abomination. Is a 0 out of 10. That film is terrible. Let's see. You go through here. What else? Okay, so did I write anything else? I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah, show me how the rope helped her hunt the rabbits. I want to see that. What way to watch your footing there, Master Tracker? Clearly, okay, the dog ran through it, then maybe she thinks it's solid. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt on that one. But if you're like a tracker, you should be aware of your footing at all times. You should know that, hey, watch out for snakes and shit, and make sure you know what's under your foot. So this sequence is completely pointless. We can just skip through it. It's just her getting out of the mud so that we can establish that the mud is there so that she can use it as a trap for the predator later. Let's see. So here's her with the bowstring. Now, remember earlier in the movie? By the way, we're 40 minutes in. Nothing has happened with this predator. Where are we in the first movie? If we check the first movie, if that's what they're trying to copy, they're trying to be an homage to the first film, they're trying to make it like that. Where are we at 40 minutes in the first movie? At 40 minutes in the first movie, the predator's actively tracking them. Huh, look at that. The predator's actively tracking your guys. What's this here? I wonder. Come on. Fucking ad break. Okay. But fuck you. But let me read some comments while we're talking about it. Yeah, no, that's fine. I already read that. But yeah, no. So if this is supposed to feel like the first film, because a lot of people are like, oh, it's a return to form. It's a good spiritual successor to the first film. It reminded me of the first film. I'm hearing a lot of that, and I'm thinking how though? We got another 40 seconds on advertisements. I'm looking at it, and it's like, okay, well, if you want to make the comparisons to the first film, then why the fuck is you're taking story beats from the first film, but you're forgetting everything the first film was trying to do. The point of Arnold Schwarzenegger being the lead in Predator is that he's a big burly guy, and that raises the stakes because it's like, hey, this guy is a threat to everything around him, and he's a super macho action hero. And then it subverts that by saying, nah, son, this alien is like way cooler. And it just takes out all of his guys. Just more time. Let's see. Rival says, I mean, this isn't her first tracking, right? She should have known better, even going up against such an impossible being like the Predator from her perspective. Yeah, like, she clearly knows how to track. She doesn't know how to hunt for shit, but she knows how to track. So let's see, we can skip to around minute 40. So, like, 40 minutes into the other one, and we got that going on, right? 40 minutes into her film, she's just getting out of the mud, and the Predator's, like, tracking her. And here, it's tracking Billy, and, you know, Billy, what do you see, you know? Like, Billy, what do you see? What the hell's wrong with you? Get to the chopper. I'm just doing Arnold's stupid voice now. I'm just doing a stupid impression of him. There's something in those trees. Yeah. Which is, like, ironic as hell that, like, he sees it, and Billy is Native American. So, I would have taken a whole movie that's, like, an alternate universe where Billy is actually the survivor or something. I don't know. So there's stuff going on. There's some action. So 40 minutes in, guess what we get? 40 minutes in, what are we about to get in the original Predator? Same timestamp, right? Same exact timing as the other one. We get this chase sequence where the lady's running away, and, you know, then he chases after her, and then we get the first kill by the Predator. He kills, but he doesn't kill all of them in one go. He just kills one guy, and then he leaves. He kills the one dude, he takes the body, and he leaves. He dips. The Predator's done his work. He's out of here. It's hunting. What's the Predator doing here? Fucking staring at everything and doing other shit. So, what's the Predator's first major kill in this? It's not even supposed to be the Predator's kill. It's supposed to be her kill. Now, do we remember the story in the beginning? Actually, let me address this again. Okay, just making sure I'm caught up on chat. Do we remember the story that Tabe was telling her in the beginning? He was trying to tell her a story about his bowstring being wet. It was a cautionary tale, Naru. You should have listened to the man. Because, watch what happens when her bowstring is wet. She gets her bowstring wet. She goes to take the shot. Oh, look at that. Because it's wet, and it's covered in mud, and you were having to clean it off, and it was wet. Because it's wet, there's no friction between the wood, so the bowstring doesn't stay on it. Now, this is the stupid... Like, this I give to the bear, because, like, okay, the bear might be stupid. So the bear runs all the way up on her, and then the dog, like, draws it away. And then that's how she gets down there. All right, cool. Now, this is the part that annoys the shit out of me. It's like, you know that the dog's coming anyway. You know the bear's coming. I don't know why you take a shot at the fucking... I don't know why you take a shot at the bear. That literally just wastes your time, has you standing there for another second. And so here's the part from the trailer where she's, like, in here, and then the Predator shows up, and it kills the bear. And it kills the bear. Come on, get to the part with the bear kill. Here's the Predator killing the bear. Where's the part where it punches it out? Hang on, let's back up a little. It literally punches the bear out. I'm not kidding. It literally hand-to-hand kills a bear. It doesn't give a fuck. This is a different... It Mike Tyson's the bear. What now, bitch? Like, it literally knocks the bear out cold and then eviscerates it. And bathes in its blood. So she escapes down the river. Okay, she swims away. Cool, fine. I got it. And she's like, wow, I just saw some shit. So here's the guys. Here's the guys that come to look for her. What are you doing here? We're looking for you. Your brother sent us to bring you home. You've been... By the way, at this point, she has been gone for a day and a half. No one has seen her in a day and a half. She has been missing a full 36 hours. So naturally, what do these guys do? They come looking for her. And her brother's searching on the other side of the pass, where you know, she was, right? The ridge line, all that, right? Where's he going? Look at her snarky fucking attitude. Like, she's like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go this way. Where are you going? Look at her face. Look at her bitchy teeny face. Just, I'm going wherever the fuck I want to. Like, look at her face. She's just like, I don't have to answer to you. Like, the fucking... God, she's such a fucking... God damn it, man. Okay, so let's see here. Where were we? Yeah, so here, we're about to get to another point I wrote down. I saw what left the tracks. Okay, the bear, No, there was some. There was a bear. There was also something else. I couldn't see it until it was covered in blood, but it looked like Mupitsu or whatever, right? I can't pronounce that correctly. You saw a monster from a children's book. So maybe don't start with it looked like a fairy tale. Maybe start with I don't know. Maybe just say I have no idea what it was, but it was bigger than anything I've ever seen, and it lifted the whole bear over its head. I'm not kidding. You know, it's like I saw tracks, and here, like this would be the time to take the thing out of your pocket, the bark with the blood on it. Take that out of your bag and show them. Look, see the blood. Look at that. That's not natural. Like, look at it. The blood glows. That's weird, right? Something is out there. It's like, oh, okay, you have evidence. It killed a bear. Now, she tells them it killed the bear. How come it didn't kill you? A very normal question. Hold on, let me get to the chat here. Rival says, you would think the tribe would care and search for her earlier, but I guess Native Americans are stupid in this movie. I wouldn't say they're stupid. I would just say, like, if she's this free spirit, right? Then maybe they figure, okay, maybe she was off, like, hunting rabbits or something, or playing with her axe, and maybe she took a day and went for a walk, you know, and then maybe it got dark, so she decided to just sleep, and now she's like, you know, because as you can see, it's probably later in the day. It's like midday. So it's like, oh, okay, well, she's probably, you know, she hasn't come back by now, so we should probably send some guys out. She was missing a whole day. She didn't come back last night, so let's send some guys out this morning to go find her. I don't think it's stupidity. I think it's just sort of that time frame of like, if you don't hear from someone from a certain amount of time, you go, oh, that's weird. Because they don't have cell phones or anything. They can't just know where she is, right? So it's like, yeah, no, we should probably send somebody tomorrow because she's not here tonight. I don't think it's stupidity, Rival. But yeah. So he asked a very normal question. A very basic question anyone would ask is, okay, well, if this thing killed the bear, why didn't it kill you? What's her response? But actually, before I do this, Rival, Fudge, Sap, everybody in the chat, anybody who's in the chat right now, give me a like guess on what she's about to do. We'll sit here for a minute, let the answers roll in. But Rival, Sap, Fudge, anybody who's in the chat right now, guess what her response to why didn't the creature kill you? What is her response? What do you think? What do you think she's gonna respond with? What do you think is her big brain fucking reply to that? And I'll let that roll for a minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna check Twitter real quick while we're waiting. Let's see. Silco? Ooh, Arcane. Oh shit, is that the Silcoification of Jinx? Nice. So yeah, we'll give it a little bit to have answer on because it has a delay. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because the arcane behind the scenes has come out, by the way. So this is really cool. This is like what animation looks like before they render it. This is just them working in it. You can see they didn't render any of his hair or his clothes. Like that's probably either it's not done yet or they haven't for that sequence. This looks like actually it might be a different haircut. It looks like they might have again like there's a lot of rendering for hair physics and stuff they probably haven't done. But yeah, the Arcane, like how they did Arcane documentary came out, and I need to watch that because it's amazing. I love Arcane. But okay, let's see some answers here. Sap says she bitch slaps the dude. I wish she would have done that. It would have made sense, right? Rival says she's probably gonna say something along the lines of, "Why do you care? It killed the bear. That's all that matters." You would think, Rival. Unfortunately, that's even too smart for this. She gives the worst response possible. So he says, how come the creature didn't kill you? What does she do? She doesn't even give them a response. She just tries to fucking leave. Like, she doesn't all she would have to say is, I was in the river, you know, the bear had me in a beaver dam, and while it was busy killing the bear, I snuck out and I swam down the river away from it. That's how I got away. I swam away down the river. That is the response from someone who is an adult and who is, you know, and again, I don't know what age she's supposed to be, but someone with half a fucking brain, let's say, would give the response of telling someone how something happened when they ask you a fucking question. A very normal question. It's like, well, if it killed the bear, how come you're alive? That's a very normal question. That's a very normal question, isn't it? Like that's oh my god. That would be like That would be like somebody saying, I lost my keys. It's like, well, where did you leave them last? And then not even just giving any sort of response. Not in, I don't know, I don't remember. No, just imagine if you just did that in the middle of a normal conversation. That's rude as fuck. And these guys, all they're doing is listening to the war chief. They're listening to her brother who told him to go get her. She's being a petulant bitch. And then they give him this fight, which is kind of hilarious. It's like, okay, she kicked his knee out. That's fair. But the problem is, look at how much strength he has. Look at how clearly bigger he is. I don't get how she knows how to fight him. I really don't get it. Like, this woman can barely track anything, can barely hunt anything, and she's somehow fist fighting this guy just fine. You know? And like, bro, they're just going at each other, and it's just this big thing, and she's biting him. It's just, yeah, great. Bite him, and then like give him the possibility of an infection. Good job. Just because you want to be a little shit. Rival says, well, can't answer this question. Guess I'll leave, is her response. Did the writer of this movie have brain rot? Probably. Like, dude, the writer of this movie, like, if we go look at it, right? If we look at Prey 2022, we look at this. Who is the writer? This is story by Dan Trachtenberg. So, Dan worked as the director. I don't know if he has an actual writing credit now. We're going to see. So Patrick Eisen has done a couple of TV things. And you can fucking tell that he was applying his writing of action like Jack Ryan and, you know, like, because he was supervising producer. So he was, like, big on that. You know, Wayward Pines producer. So he knows this shit. He wrote only a little bit until Prey, which I don't know why they gave him that. But you can tell the parts with all the Predator and the action stuff is good. Why is it good? Because he did Jack Ryan and he did Treadstone. He knows, like, action-oriented stuff, right? But then there's also Dan Trachtenberg, who is also the director. So does he have an actual writing credit? Or is it like, yeah, no. He also worked on the story. So now that it's out, I didn't see this before, right? I was just looking at it as like, okay, he's the director. Maybe we can't blame it on him. Dan, buddy, what the fuck did you and Eisen do to this? What did you do? Azon, whatever the fuck his name is. Hang on, let's go back. Let's make sure we call him out by name because, like, you stand by your production, sir. Patrick Eisen and Dan Trachtenberg. Okay? Patrick and Dan. Guys, what the fuck did you do to this movie? What kind of writing is that to have her just walk off and not even reply to him? Not even make a snarky comment. Just walk off. Like, alright, cool. So let's see. And then Jim Thomas. So it's based on character by Jim Thomas. So Jim Thomas was like the character guy. But clearly he knows, like, based on characters. This is a character writer. So he wrote the characters, right? And now it's based on characters. So I don't know how much of him is used. But he did the story for Wild Wild West. He did Mission to Mars. He did Behind Enemy Lines. He did pretty much all the other... He did the video game Predator characters. He did the original Predator. He did Predator 2, the video game. He did AVP, the video game. He knows the series. He did AVP. He did AVP Requiem. Okay, a little iffy there. But he did Predators. He did all the characters in Predators. Predator Celtic Days short. What is this? Oh, he's done another one. Another period piece. Why is Predator hunting in Ireland? Are those people that he's targeting really what they appear to be? Where have I seen that exact Predator before? And what Stephen Hopkins have to do with it? You'll see. That's cool. Why don't I have this movie? Why didn't you just make this into a feature? Why did we get Prey? Give me fucking Irish Predator. That sounds way cooler. So he knows his shit. So clearly, it can't be Jim's fault for how Naru acts and how the script is written. Because it doesn't say characters. It's based on characters. Oh, look at this. He did characters based on characters created by him. He probably did an outline of the characters, right? He probably did an outline, had something really well written and fleshed out, and then they fucked it up with the rest of the script. Let's see. Revel says, why didn't the other guys with him help him when she was attacking? Hold on. The other guys with him help. Yeah, they're just gonna watch him get his ass beat. Now, to be fair, you don't step in when there's like a fight. Like, okay, I can see that from an honor perspective of like, look, y'all having a beef, you have a beef. You know, we'll be here when you're done, basically. You know, that's fair. Let them work it out between themselves. I can see that angle of it from my own personal view, but you're right. Why didn't they jump in? What happened to the tribe being a unit that looked out for each other? Yeah. Sap says, I'm curious to know who greenlit this film. I want the name of this motherfucker. I want to know specifically who at Fox authorized this. Who said, yup, do this one. Like, this is good. This is exactly what we want. And again, it's a problem because, like, I like Amber Midthunder. She actually delivers. What she delivers is garbage, but she delivers it perfectly. Like, everything about the character is spot on delivery from her. The acting from this is amazing, right? The actors are really spot on in this film. But the writing is so bad. It's like Star Wars. The writing is terrible, but the delivery is pretty fucking good. Let's see. Rival says this movie has Hunt Down the Freeman levels of. What's Hunt Down the Freeman? Oh god, am I gonna go down some rabbit hole of an even worse film? Hunt Down the Freeman. What the fuck? Oh, this is. See, I knew that sounded familiar. Yeah, this is like a really shitty fucking, like, knockoff of Half-Life shit, right? Yeah, this is like a mod or something that somebody did. Like, they made their own version of Half-Life. Like, they made an offshoot game for it, and it's, like, really stupid. Yeah. Okay, now I remember what that is. But yeah, no, so, like, this writing is pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. Yeah, you want to leave? Leave. Wait for it. And nope. That is a thinking man's victory. Okay? Now it's a bitch move. It's a bitch move, but their job is to bring her back. If it takes, sucker punching her to do that, then fair enough, right? But again, she then learns that lesson, and she sucker punches the Predator later. I shit you not. In their final confrontation, she sucker punches the Predator. So there's this one guy with the face paint, with the black face paint. He goes off to, he's taking a shit in the woods. So he's off away from them right now, which is why he doesn't get killed. So they're shooting a possum, and she's like, what drove the possum to us? And then they're looking, and they're like, oh, what the fuck is that? Now, this was actually really interesting, right? There are some really super interesting concepts in this movie, and I hate that they're done so poorly. Jesus Christ, can I skip around correctly? Yeah. So, you can see the dot moving. So, apparently, what they've established here is that this Predator has a crossbow, and they use the reticle to aim, but each one of those is related to one of these bolts, right? They have 1, 2, 3 bolts. But it's cool because, like, independent firing, and it's, like, remote guided, So it's wherever it's pointing, even if it's, like, behind them, wherever it's pointing, that thing will loop back around and go for it. It's like the guy's arrow in Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his name? Yondu? Yeah, Yondu. It's like Michael Rooker's character Yondu, where he like whistles. He's got the telepathic arrow that flies around for him, and it just goes wherever he wants. Basically, that it'll go wherever the predator's aiming, right? Wherever the thing's currently aimed at. Even if it has to circle back around, it'll do it. Which is a really cool idea, and it's ruined by this film. Again, everything with the Predator is really, really cool. Everything with Naru is really, really bad. And again, it's not because she's a woman. It's because she's a dumbass and a bitch, and she has just the exact wrong energy for the protagonist. So here they've actually shot it, which is really cool. Now they kind of ruin it because this is like the reveal, when I feel like the reveal should have been later with the Frenchman. But here's the big reveal. Like, look, mouth. That thing gnarly. That's a great design. I love the way this thing looks. Okay, I need to be careful here. Is my stream still going? Because I'm not seeing chat. I want to be careful to make sure my stream's not getting, like, suspended. Because fucking YouTube is known to do that. Okay, so I just want to double check, make sure I wasn't getting, like, suspended. Because sometimes they'll suspend your stream mid-stream if the algorithm picks it up. So they fight it. This is the thing from the other one, actually, from the trailer, where like the guy swings it and nothing. So like they're fighting it. Where's the part where he throws them? Oh shit. I think he already did the throwing part, but I covered that in the trailer. There's just this part where he swings at him, but he's clearly like 3 feet away from him, so it's like, how the fuck did you think they hit him? So he kills this. This guy comes in. He is just... They're fucking this predator up, by the way. They're causing mass damage from this thing. And it's like, so... It's brutal. This thing's brutal. It just eviscerates him. So she's standing there. She runs away, right? It comes to fucking hunt her. So then this guy's out in the bush, right? It's like, and he's looking for it. I have him. It's like, I have him. No, it has us. And then they have to run. It's not a bad sequence, right? No, he has us. It's kind of cheating because it's got the thermal vision. It's like, okay. But the Predator always uses the thermal vision, so. This guy gets snatched, right? This thing literally jumps on him, takes him out. Conveniently wastes time. It very conveniently wastes time tearing him in limb from limb for no reason. It already killed him with the first swipe. It had no reason to wait. And it's chasing her down, right? It is going for her. And then, bam. What happened? She got caught in a bear trap. And this is where she meets the French trappers. Let's see. So we've got the Predator comes up, and it sees she's caught in the trap. And it's like, oh, she's in the trap. Okay. Now, she incorrectly assumes... she incorrectly assumes that because she was in the trap and defenseless, it didn't want to kill her. Which is correct. But there's no way she could have come to that conclusion, considering 4 guys with guns just came up. Maybe it doesn't want to fight them. But it doesn't make any sense why it doesn't want to fight them, because it just eviscerated 3 other guys in a matter of seconds. But if you understand the series and you're a fan, like me, you know that the Predator probably hasn't encountered these guys before. So it needs to learn about them and how their weapons work and everything before it goes running in. Until later when an action sequence is called for. And it's a really good action sequence, but it completely violates everything about Predator. The stream is done. They really did it. Alright, YouTube, fuck off, you bunch of cunts, okay? Look, either fucking sue me into oblivion and be done with it. Either delete my fucking channel, or stop fucking with my streams just because I show parts of a movie. So now I can't show you guys any more footage. I can't. So, let's see. Stream unavailable for policy violations. YouTube, Susan, what's her fucking name? Susan, whatever the fuck her name is. Susan Wojcicki, whatever the fuck your stupid fucking name is. Go fuck yourself sideways. This is commentary. Fuck off. So guys, I can't actually show any more footage. I'm gonna have to describe the scenes using still images. Okay? So I can't actually demonstrate anything. Same for me, but why though? Because the algorithm picked it up. Now, I don't have a problem with the algorithm automatically detecting copyright after the fact in the video and being like, we're going to issue an auto claim. Fine, I'll fight that. That's fair. I don't care. Doing it in the middle of my stream actively fucks with my viewership. That is censorship, YouTube. Eat me. Anywho. And I know I'm gonna have to fight copyright after this anyway, just because fucking copyright striking bullshit. I hate it. I hate copyright claims. It's stupid. I'm not playing the whole movie. I'm just playing a couple of clips from it. Okay, so we have fucking these guys, and the trapper guys show up, and then they bonk her on the head. I can't actually show it to you guys in real time because So they captured her, and they have some guy come up, where he's talking to her, and he wants to know, like, they have a guy that speaks Comanche, basically. Let's see, I think it was because he showed 3 seconds of playing footage in the movie that wasn't in the trailer. Yeah, exactly. Even if it was in the trailer, I'd probably get pissed. But let's see. So they have a guy in their little... The Frenchmen have a guy that can speak Comanche, so he's asking her, like, what's up with the creature. For some fucking reason, she doesn't want to tell them anything. Again, I don't know. So they have her brother, because he was out looking for her. So he's only in this situation because he was out looking for her. So it's completely asinine. Okay, But they're asking her about that. She won't tell them, so they cut him across the chest, right? They don't kill him. They just like he just like takes the knife and he cuts him across the chest. I can't show it because you do get pissy. And then what they do is they string up both of them as bait for the creature, right? And they're just like, oh yeah, we're bait, whatever. This sucks, yada yada. Um, let's see. And so the predator comes up behind these guys and takes out all. There was like 4 other guys on horseback, and it takes them out. And then there's this guy. He's running away. So here's the predator. It's cloaking. It's I don't know why it's fondling like the ash. I don't know why it cares. They're having some sappy thing. Yeah, this is where Tabe is like her brother is telling her like, oh yeah, your plan worked with the lion. You actually wounded it, and that made like I just finished the job later. It's like, okay, fair. You recognize that now. I don't know why you didn't say that in front of the rest of the village, you asshole. But okay, fair. Let's see. Rival says, congrats, Reaper. You're the second person I've witnessed have their stream nuked from orbit for policy violations. You're the first to have the stream returned shortly after, though. Yeah, it's fucked. It's like, dude, either just take me out entirely or don't. Like, don't tap me on the shoulder. Just fucking decapitate me already, YouTube. What the fuck? Like, come on, man. So they're having this little back and forth while the Predator is doing this. There's a really cool sequence. I want to show it to you, but basically the Predator is walking up to them to investigate, like, what the fuck's with the bait. So the bait actually worked, because the Frenchman laid a trap, and the Predator stepped into the trap. So here's the stupid part. The Predator stepped in the trap. The Predator stepped in a bear trap. They yanked it. The Predator falls over. Its other arm fell into another trap next to it. And then they covered it with a net. Now they think it's over. They think they got it, which honestly they probably should. With how much this thing's been bleeding, it probably should. But they really should have just gone for the neck immediately and killed it, which would have ended the whole movie, which would have made total sense of, this thing's an evil creature. I'm going to kill it real quick and make sure it's dead. But no, they apparently just let it get back up, let it come out of the net. And then, this guy gets tore up. This is actually kind of a cool sequence where the Predator throws out the net. You always see the Predator use the net, and it burrows into people. This is cool because it pins a guy to a log, and then the net winds itself back into this little container here, and it pulls the guy and the whole log, and it eviscerates it into chunks, kind of like in Resident Evil, in the first Resident Evil movie, where they have the laser grid and it does the hex pattern across, and then it just cuts the guy into a bunch of little teeny tiny pieces. So yeah, that's a really cool thing. Again, everything action oriented with the Predator is done very, very well. Except for when it loses its face mask and they use a CGI Predator instead of a practical fucking face. I don't know why. So this is the guy earlier. This is the guy that knows Comanche that was talking to her earlier, by the way. So you're going to see this guy again. He survives. Let's see. So here it's setting something on it. So here it's kind of at a disadvantage. So she, during all this, while the Predator's fighting them, let's see, actually, let me go back here. Yeah, why didn't it just tell me my petty child? Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure I'm keeping up my notes in real time. Let's see. Sap says, God, the design for this Predator is terrible. I mean, it's a little weird, because it doesn't look like any Predator we've seen before, but that's what they said. They intentionally wanted it to look different. It doesn't look as bad as the ones from Predator 2018. Those ones are fucking horrendous. This one, it's kind of different, right? It's not necessarily terrible. Once you see it without the helmet looks really bad. But once the helmet comes off, it actually doesn't look that bad underneath. So here they're telling some story about a beaver that got caught and the water was rising and the beaver was gonna get killed by the water. It was gonna drown. And so she's like, "What's it?" It's like, "Oh, I'm smarter than a beaver." So basically, in that sequence, she pulls a bear trap over and then activates the bear trap with her hand really close to it. Doesn't lose her hand conveniently, but it snaps on the rope and it that way they get untied, which is again very clever woman. So here the Predator's arming something, and it arms something, and I'm like, okay, what little gadget, what toys it got next? And then yeah, this is the part where she drops the rock on it and then it frees them because it cuts the rope. So all these idiots run up and look at this fucking thing on the ground. And the Predator had laid their gauntlet on the ground with this stuff in it. And it's a booby trap. And it these things fly out and then explode. Not right here. They all run away, and then they all spread out and chase after the guys. Like, the discs fly after them and explode. And it's a cool shot from above. I don't know if I can see it here. It's so hard to get anything here. Oh no, run! Yeah, so like it does this over top shot, and you see like red bits go this way and over that way, and then they explode into like a big red cloud. It's actually a really cool shot. Let's see. Rose says, I mean, it's in the past regarding the timeline, so the design should look a bit different, but they could. Yeah, the design. I don't have any problems with the actual design. The helmet looks really weird when you get to the front. It's this weird nodule of bone. But yeah, like the problem is the mask is just so fucking different. Like that's the only thing I don't like about the design. So here the rest of the guys back at camp are like getting ready to run off because the trap failed. She shows up to come get her dog and her like throwing axe and stuff. She's going to get her stuff back, and so she gets in some fights with these guys. Again, like extremely like crazy that she went from barely fighting one of her own people in a fist fight to now I got this knife and now I'm stabbing everybody like an ultra assassin. Like, yeah, fine. But at least in this sequence, she actually does kind of have some fun pulling the axe around. I'm gonna start this for like 3 seconds. Pulls the axe this way, pulls the axe back that way. Like that's kind of cool. I'll give her that one. That one's kind of cool. Let's see. She gets the dog. Where's the Frenchman that shows up? Yeah. So the predator kills all these guys. So the predator's healing itself. She's healing herself. You know, she's packing her own leg full of stuff. Let's see. Yeah, just making sure that I'm up to date on that. And then Raphael panting, right? Raphael comes back. So if anybody knows the name Raphael, we're gonna get into that later. But hint, hint, it has very stupid implications for the Predator universe. So he teaches her how to use a pistol. Like he shows her how to use it, and she doesn't understand it first. Like she didn't like load it correctly, so it doesn't work at this moment. So she patches his leg up. She gives him some painkillers and whatever. And remember how I said the flower thing becomes very important? So the Predator comes to the camp, and it sees his body with the blood. Right now, he's still alive at this moment. Again, Sap, nah, cannot be. I swear to God. For that fucking 4 seconds. That cannot be, dude. That cannot be. No, not studio. God damn it. Fucking, I wanted to see my thing with fucking YouTube. God damn it. It's so annoying. I see my channel. I don't want my studio. I want my live thing. Here we go. Yeah. If I go manage videos, then I can just go to the live tab. Live tab, excuse me. No, I can't conveniently. Fuck off, YouTube. If I hit go live, I think go live will take me there. Holy fucking shit. I can't believe it. YouTube just doesn't want you to criticize the movie. Honestly, that's the only reason this shit exists. Okay, so I'll wait until the stream comes back. I'll just keep talking. You guys let me know. Yeah, can I like type it to you guys at least? Yeah, it's Rival says even though it's fair use to do so. Yeah, it's entirely fair use. This is exactly what commentary and critique is, YouTube. One day, YouTube, you better have some good lawyers, because one day I'm gonna have enough money to get myself a fucking lawyer, and when we're gonna have some talks. Reader puts on Master Chief helmet. Tell that to YouTube. Yeah, exactly. Finishing the fight. Like, so, Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing? Sir, I'm gonna give the Covenant their bomb back. I'm gonna give YouTube its copyright strike back. Okay, stream no longer being blocked due to copyright issues. So you guys see how fucking dumb this is. Like, this is really dumb. So yeah, I can't show you guys any amount of footage. Any amount of footage is apparently bad. Holy fuck. Okay. So yeah, so at this point, this guy's not dead. Let's see. So this guy's not dead at this point. She just gave him like the thing that makes his blood cold or something, right? Like the little flower, like he ate it and it made his blood cold. Worked very fast, mind you. But it lowered his body temperature, so he looks dead to the Predator. This is the really fucking convenient like plot device that informs Naru that it hunts by thermal sight, which she could not possibly understand. There's no way. Like, this is so close to being unbelievable that like the suspension of disbelief at this point is completely gone, right? Because now it's like you are fucking with concepts you have no understanding of. So he's playing dead. It's not seeing him. Okay, fine. Even though like it's supposed to cool his blood, but then his blood goes out on the ground. I guess once it's out of his body, it's less cold. I don't fucking know. So here he's like, the dog's coming in. You know, he's gonna shoot the dog, and then I think, yeah. So at this point, her brother shows up on horseback because they split up. Naru went back to the camp. He went to go get some horses so they could ride back to their village. Rival says that is another copyright violation. Say what? Exactly. So this is a so at this point he comes up, and this is where you can see how really shit this design is. It doesn't even have fucking eye sockets. How does this thing hunt? Where are the eyeballs? If we look up like Predator helmet designs, if I could see like all the Predator helmet designs, that would be really great here. I would love to look at that. Because like, goddamn, there's so many variations of it. Like, oh, here's a cool one that's like a bunch of different possible designs. So, yeah, these are like bike helmets though. Let's see, Predator film helmet designs. But I mean, you guys get the fucking idea here. It's that. Oh, that's actually a really cool one. Hold on. This is actually a really cool one. I like this little like front nose thing. That's cool. So this is like your more traditional Predator mask. This is actually what ends up getting used in the film. It looks like, yeah, Stan Winston's School of Character Art. So this looks like maybe someone adapted and made their own version, and it's being compared to the original. Like, how much of the original did you capture? It's like 1-to-1, but like basically they changed the mask and the dreads a bit, so it's like sort of original, but maybe, I don't know. It's cool though. But you can see even like the AVP mode, right? So this is like I think this is the original. I don't know. There's like the AVP one, and then this one's from Predators, right? This is the one in Predators. Even the big guy, even in Predators, even the fucking bigger Predator, the bad guy Predator in Predators, even in Predator 2018, the design has eye holes. It has eye sockets. Look, this is from Predator 2018. It has eye sockets. Tell me exactly where the fucking eyeballs go on this thing. The Predator has eyes. You're gonna see them here in a minute when I show you the Predator. It has eyes. It just sees through a thermal visor. It focuses its vision through thermal. How the fuck does it see out of this thing? I guess these up here are supposed to be like the camera, so it doesn't actually have eye holes. But that doesn't make any sense because literally all other designs. But again, they said they want the feral predator. What if it was from the southern hemisphere of the Yachtjaw homeworld? What if it was a different kind of predator we haven't seen before? It's a different tribe or something. All right, fine. I give you that one. It's plausible. Doesn't make the design any better. If you wanted it to be bone, it didn't need to have all these cracks and random detail in it. It could have just been a bone plate version, like in this one. And let's see. If I go back, like, where is it? This one. This one's got a bone jaw on it. You could have just made the rest of it bone. You could have just made that with, like, you know, the mouth, like, you know, mouthpiece, whatever. Like, I don't know. There's options here. But yeah, like, the design just fucking sucks for the faceplate. The rest of it doesn't look too bad. The faceplate just fucking sucks. So this is what it looks like with the faceplate on. Like, it looks kind of doofy, doesn't it? So this is like, at this point, it had knocked his helmet off. I cannot get it. Okay, so this isn't a bad design. The head's a little stretched, but it's not really that terrible of a design. The problem is that this is entirely CGI. There is no practicality in this design. Nothing practical is on this. There's probably a guy under in a suit that they blended to CGI. I don't know how they do it. But they're clearly taking the CGI route over the prosthetic route. Prosthetics are the whole friggin' point of the Predator series. And the Alien series. It's real puppets and real shit. And again, I'm not against the CGI. It just doesn't look as good. Let's see. The Predator in the latest movie must have echolocation. Yeah, either that or they didn't have enough in the budget for anything used for cutting visors. Even if it was just like a strip, right? If it was just like a Geordie LaForge like visor strip, like Battlestar Galactica, right? Like the Cylons in Battlestar Galactica have that red like little light that goes back and forth, like and it's just one strip. That's fine. That would look kind of cool. But nah, but again, underneath it doesn't look too bad. I don't know why the mask looked like shit. So he puts the thing back on, and this is a part where I can't show it to you guys, but here he doesn't have his mask on. So when he shoots, the mask isn't targeting anything. So it's like laying on the ground, not being used, which means that when he shoots, it's trying to find something. So it's going wherever the mask is aiming. That's what it establishes. That's what this scene is for. It's to establish the idea that the mask is the firing mechanism for this crossbow here. And the bolt will always go wherever it's being aimed by the mask, right? It'll fly around and find its target eventually. Which is a really cool concept. Let's see. Rival says, why does the Predator in this movie look like it has a discount Combine APF trooper helmet? Yeah, right? Like from Half-Life Alyx, you're exactly right. So that's all this is. Her brother dies in this encounter. Not after fucking this thing up completely though. Like he's stabbing it. It got stabbed in the arm. It got fucking arrowed in the stomach. He messes this thing up pretty good. Doesn't matter because later it just heals itself and it's fine. So entirely pointless fight sequence. So at this point he tells Naru to run. At this point he's telling Naru, "Oh, it doesn't think you're a threat, so you should run." And it's like, have you not been paying attention? It tried to kill her like twice before. It was literally chasing her down in the middle of a field to kill her. Like, he is considered a threat. So this is where the last 20 minutes of this film are fucking awful. It's an abomination of writing, and it violates all known canon of the Predators. It is complete dog shit. Here she is. She is actively aiming a weapon at this thing, but the Predator doesn't decide to kill. Now, the only thing that stops it, it identified the weapon. It identifies the weapon she's holding. The only thing that stops it from killing her in this moment is that her brother is still alive on the ground, and he, like, takes the skull, you know, like you guys remember how it killed the wolf? It had the wolf skull hanging on its hip. So he grabs the wolf skull off its hip and stabs it in the leg with the teeth. Which is, yeah, to distract it. I shit you not. I'm going to go just enough. So it identifies that she is, in fact, being a threat with this pistol right now. But I guess it doesn't count because the pistol is clearly not loaded. I don't know. It's such this stupid bullshit of like, oh, it's a small, weak woman. Haha, I don't think you're a threat. It's the dumbest plot point. Let's see. Sap says, why is the Predator using a crossbow? That would be because I guess technically this one is like on its first hunt, so it doesn't get the plasma caster yet. It's not allowed to use that. I guess because it's new. I don't know. It's fucking weird and stupid. Like you would think it would use the caster, but I guess it's like its first hunt, so it doesn't. I want to see the shot of it where the fuck I can't see this because it's like frame for frame, and I can't frame by frame it like I can on YouTube. Maybe I can YouTube this and like pick out just this fight and go frame by frame because you guys have to see this, but I can't show the fucking video. Let's see. Prey. Naru escapes. Let's see. Is it which one? Prey, Final Battle Predator versus Naru fight scene ending in best scenes. Okay, that might be in there. Okay, and I'm actually going to close this for a second, just so YouTube doesn't get pissed. How would she know how to use the pistol when she does not know to use a wet bowstring? Yeah, exactly. This bitch so dumb, she doesn't understand how a wet bowstring will fuck up your weapon. But she's gonna figure out how to operate a fucking flintlock pistol. And again, how did she know to operate the flintlock in the first place? Because the guy that uses the weapon told her how to use it. She had to learn that from somebody else, because she's just fucking ignorant. Okay, so I'm gonna actually turn off the display capture for this, just so I can get to the part I want without YouTube being like, "Oh my god, I saw 3 seconds of footage." Okay, let's see. Where is the part where they fight together against the thing in the camp? Okay. Yeah, so I think I've actually found the clip here. So I can frame by frame do this for you guys and show the exact frame. Because there's a specific moment. Okay, good. I can do this. Yeah, God. Yeah, this is so fucking ridiculous. I have to go frame by frame for this. So, let me get into the exact part so YouTube can't get mad. So, let me get the capture back on. Okay. So now you guys should be able to see this. Here is the predator. It has just stabbed and killed Tabe. Like, he dead. Her brother is dead, right? Her brother's dead. Now, I'm not going to play it, YouTube. I'm not playing the footage. I'm going frame by frame through the footage. So he is turning around now. Now it's turning around to see where she went. Maybe it did identify her as a threat, by the way. But it turns around to see her. Okay, I paused it enough there. I think it shouldn't pick it up. It turned around to see her. She fucking Batmaned it. She's just conveniently gone. And it doesn't pursue her. It's just, I guess it just spends time taking trophies or something. Yeah, but that's that shit. That's that shit. Let's see. So, I'm gonna go and pause that. So yeah, back to this. So she does that, and then she escapes. So she's at the river washing the blood off. Somebody else, like, comes back to the village to be like, oh yeah, we found the guy, he's dead. Like, Tabe's dead or something, or like the other guys are dead. And so I guess their mom, like, who's like the medicine woman, she's like visibly upset about it. Because she's like trying to do her job, she's like crying and pissed off. So here she is at the river. So this is Nara at the river. And she sees this guy who's like the big fat guy before that we saw with the bear coat, the little hat and everything. This is like the leader of the Frenchmen. And he left. When the rest of them got killed, he realized what was gonna happen with that countdown on the timer, and he ran. So he's alive here. He's alive. And so she is thinking, okay, I need to kill him. I don't fucking know why you want to kill him. I guess she blames him for some reason. I don't know. But she gets this thing. She's got like the Predator's knife thing. I don't know. Like, she kind of got that from somewhere. But she runs up and she knocks him out, right? And she takes him with her. And what she does is fucking psychopathic. She's no longer the hero. She's a fucking psychopath. And this is the part where you could just tell it was like it was like indigenous people murder porn, you know? Like, it was like, yeah, fucking chop off the white colonizer's leg. Which, again, I don't mind if you wanted to make a film about that, but do you really need that in this movie? So, and the idea is like, she cut off his leg, I guess to make him mad enough to want to kill her? Yeah. She literally says, you bled my brother, so I'm bleeding you. Right? And so she chops. Yeah, exactly, rival. What? Yeah. She chops his fucking leg off. And again, I guess it's just to attract the predator or something. I don't get it. But she blames the Frenchman for her brother dying. When in reality, your brother would not have been out there if it wasn't for you. Naru is the central focus of this film. Everything she has done in hunting this creature has harmed her village. 5 of her people have been eviscerated by a monster, all because she wanted to be a hunter when she wasn't supposed to. All because she was all egotistical and wanted to prove herself. This movie had a protagonist to begin with. Yeah, exactly, Sap. Yeah, I don't know how she's considered a protagonist of anything. Well, protagonist is just beating main character, not necessarily hero. But she's sitting here and she's eating the like orange leaf to lower her body temperature, so that when the predator inevitably shows up, you don't think I'm a threat, so that's what makes me dangerous. Nah, you're not a threat. The writers just needed to give you something to do in the end of the film, because you've been incompetent up to this point. So he tries to kill her with the gun, right? But the gun's empty. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about the Yacha and how they hunt, but the Yacha does not now like I'm gonna preface this by saying, yeah, I don't care how stupid the predator of this movie is. I'm rooting for the predator. See, you say that, but the predator, of course, is turned into a fucking moron. But let's see. So this guy goes to shoot at her, clicks the gun. Now the thing is, she has lowered her body temperature, so I guess the implication is that she set him up to make it look like he was trying to fire at the predator. But the gun is empty. So the only thing I can think of that would count for this is that he attempted to kill the predator before, and he has reiterated that point now, even though he's missing a whole fucking leg, so he's not really fair game anymore. But, okay, you can give him a pass to say, like, this guy already threatened the predator once, so he's still fair game. I can give you that much. But her plan is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, and so it comes up and it kills him, right? Because her body temperature is lower, so it doesn't see her. It literally doesn't see her as a threat because she, to the predator in the thermal vision, she's not there. Now, she goes up behind the predator and blows the back of its dome out, knocking its helmet off, and she steals the helmet to go set it up for its trap. So she does that to steal its helmet. Now the problem is what we're about to get to. So let's see. Let's go to back to this one. So to go back a bit. Sorry, I missed a point where when she got captured by the Frenchman, they were asking him, it's like, yo, it killed everybody in your squad. Like, what's the deal with this thing? And she literally said, oh, it didn't kill everyone, as if she's some sort of badass, as if she's some sort of survivor. And so I put this note in here. Yes, it did. You got very lucky that the trappers got to you first. Yeah. Like, the fact that trappers were there stopped her from being killed. It was going to kill her. Let's see. So it doesn't think you're a threat. Yeah, it does think you're a threat. You have a weapon. It did think you were a threat, you thicket. Like, that's when Tabu was telling her that. She Batmaned out of there. I had to put this in caps because it was just too funny. And then how the fuck is she blaming the Frenchman for her brother? We've been over that part. Wait, Predator's still alive after... Oh, yeah, it took a fucking smoothbore 50 caliber ball to the back of its dome. And it's still alive. But then again, that's kind of fair. We've seen the Predators be resilient before, so maybe it didn't penetrate all the way into his skull or something. Maybe it just... I don't know. Anyway, the Hunter is really fucking stupid. That's the last note I have, and you're going to see why. So, here's the Hunter. She just blew the back of its dome off, right? Knocks the helmet out, takes the helmet with her, and she put the helmet in this spot. So, she makes some sharp sticks, and she puts it on a tree. Why? Because the Predator hops from tree to tree. We've seen it do it, like, twice before. So, she's going to use that to wound it later. Like, okay, that's not bad. That's a pretty cool idea. Except it's coming from Naru, who is a complete fucking moron, so I don't know how she thought of that. So here's the Predator's mask set up in this rock. Now, I thought initially this is a trap. Like, the Predator wants its mask back, so it's going to walk up, and she's got, like, a big, I don't know, she set up, like, a punji pit or something in the ground, and it's going to fall in. You know, maybe. Like, that's what I would think to do, because that would make sense. But no, she's got a 200 IQ mega mind play, and it's absolutely fucking retarded. I guess the Predator in this movie is just... Yeah, literally, it's too dumb to die. Until it conveniently needs to die. She beats its ass. Okay, so she puts the helmet in the rock, as we saw. She leaves a blood trail for the Predator. Here's the Predator coming in. It's following, like, I guess a blood trail or something. It's, like, baiting it. So she's baiting it like they were baiting the lion. Alright, fair enough. So she's up here. Here's the really stupid part. Here's the very, very stupid part. She jumps onto its back and starts hacking it to death. She starts going in, hacking this thing to pieces. So these wounds here are from her, like, on its back, just stabbing into it. Now, remember when I said she blew the back of its brain out with that shot and knocked its face off? The time to attack it would have been when you blew the back of its brain out and it was hurtled on the ground, completely not a threat to you. You should have just taken your friggin' hatchet at that time and just cut it through the neck. Like every other freaking person on the planet, this thing needs blood to go up to its brain. Cut its friggin' windpipe and have it suffocate, you dumbass. So, instead of jumping on it then, she waits and jumps on it later, in the middle of her little kill zone. Fine. She wanted to lure it to the specific part. I can even overlook that stupidity. Fine. She wanted to make sure that it was playing on her ground. Fair. Fine. Whatever. Sap says, I'm about to head out because I can't stand rewatching this movie. See you around, River. Let me know when you meet up for another stream. Yeah, man. I'll let you know, Sap. I'll let you know. Have a good one. But yeah, so that's her little attempt there. So she stabs it a bit to wound it, and then she runs off, and then it's like jumping tree to tree. And before this, yeah, like let's not get ahead of ourselves. So she runs away from it. It's jumping tree to chase her, and then it jumps onto a tree that she had put spikes onto, so it gets more hurt that way. Let's see. So bullets don't work, but hatchet does. Okay, movie, tell that to all the other predators. Yeah, the predators that got bled. This same predator, by the way, when it was fighting the Frenchman, it pulled out a shield to stop itself from being shot by the Frenchman's bullets. Meaning that the bullets are deadly to it. That the predator sees it as a problem and it doesn't want to be shot. Okay, so then here's a really fucked up part where it takes its arm off. Now, how this happens is it lunges from a tree towards her and it stabs the tree, right? She dodges it and stabs the tree instead. All right, fine, cool. Now what you gonna do? Like, is she gonna come up and chop its arm with her little hatchet thing? No, she's not. She takes its spear and stabs at it, which it uses its free arm with the shield to catch it in the shield and deflect it. But the problem is, it takes its own shield. Mind you, I am the predator right now. Watch this. I have my arm stuck in a tree. This creature is coming at me with a spear. Oh, I'll just block it with my shield. Okay. The spear gets caught in it. It diverts its own arm into its other arm. It takes the left arm with the shield that has a razor-sharp edge on it and stabs it full bore through its own arm, chopping it off. It's just fucking incompetent. This thing has lost all semblance of planning, of strategy. It doesn't care. It chopped its own arm off by mistake. Instead of deflect the shield up and away, it goes into its own body with a razor-sharp shield. A razor-sharp shield that it actively uses and understands, right? It understands this technology. That's going to come back to play here in a minute. So, you think it's stupid now. Wait till we see it, boys. Wait till we see it later. So, here it is. They're going hand to hand. They're fighting, and it's only got one arm right now. It's lost the right arm. The right arm is off. So, it's only got the left arm with the shield. But it's still kind of beating her ass, even doing that. So, she's chunking it with the axe and whatever. It has her pinned. It has got her dead to rights on the fucking ground. It would need to just squeeze slightly and her neck would snap. Right? Nah, somehow, like, she fucking, I guess, hits it or something. I don't remember exactly. But she hits it or something, causing it to get away. And then she, then it, pins her with the shield on the ground, right? And, it's got the, it raises its arm up to, I guess, fucking stab it or whatever. Or, no. It has her, and then it goes to activate the shield. But right as it does, she kicks and pushes backwards. I don't know about you guys, but this thing is pretty fucking big. I doubt she'd be able to slide herself along the mud as if it was nothing. And she manages to get her head into this exact crevice between these rocks that stops it momentarily. But this is her neck. You guys can see how close it is to killing her. If it pushes just a little more, it's going to go straight. It's carving through the rock, by the way. It's carving straight through the rock. That's how razor sharp this thing is. But then it just, she just manages to reach her arm up around this big-ass shield. She manages to reach her arm up around and break off one of its little spike things and stab it in the face with it. Let's see, Rival says, well, that's a horribly designed shield. There's a reason most, if not all, shields don't have sharp edges. Yeah, right? You would think. But here we go. So she stabs it. So basically the point is she manages to get away from it. And then she, taunts it or something. When does she... Let's see. She's, she, runs up, and it, vaults... She, vaults over it, and it throws her. So this is sort of, kind of landing in the mud a bit. And then what happens is he drowns it, right? The predator's currently under the mud. Because she is there. I shit you not. They're doing the, come on, what are you waiting for? Come on, come get me. Come on, I'm here, kill me. Literally, like, almost word for word doing that. And earlier, when they were tied up to the tree, her brother was saying, "If it bleeds, we can kill it." Literally word for word. So they're trying to do nostalgia-based shit. They're trying as hard as they can to be the first movie, not realizing that the first movie is the way it is because it's actually well written. So this thing comes up out of the mud. It's a 9-foot tall monster. Okay, cool. It stands up out of the mud like a fucking zombie rising from the dead. And then this thing gets fired at. So the helmet's over here to the right of the Predator. You can see the laser here. It's aiming at its own head. Now, to be fair, in this moment, I was thinking, oh, okay, he's going to fire it, and it's going to, like, go forward, and then, like, flip around and come straight back at it, right? Or something like that. It's just going to be super quick. No, it takes a minute. This thing does a full circular arc. Starts here, comes towards her, circles back around, and lines up with this laser to be completely parallel. So that is a near 360-degree fucking... Hold on. Let me look that up. Let's look up a 360-degree circle. How many degrees would that be? This thing, assuming the Predator's here in the middle, right? And Naru's here. It fires at her. This bolt then dead stops in midair, taking a complete right-angle turn. It turns, goes behind the Predator to get lined up with the laser, which is over here on its side. It goes from 270... Like, okay, let's assume it's this way instead, so the numbers are easier. So here's the Predator, here's Naru. The bolt goes out. It goes around in a circle like this, and the laser's over here. So it goes a full 270 degrees in a circle, and then right angle straight into its brain. So it takes a minute to get there. But here's the best part. The best part of the entire thing, and I'm going to use the thing for it. Let's see. Naru, Pray. So we're going to look up that video again that I used before. Okay, and we're going to go to the final fight so I can show you this frame for frame how it happened. Stop, I don't want to see your stupid ads. This movie takes the franchise back to its root. What, the roots of fucking stupidity? This is how the Predator should always be portrayed. Strong enough to lift a bear and at the same time stealthy as a true hunter. When the fuck was this thing really that stealthy? It was stealthy in the beginning, and then it just turned into an action hero and did whatever it wanted. Okay, so let's see. Let's skip that. So here's the part where it fires the bolt. I'm going to full screen this so you guys can see this in perfect fucking clarity and understand it. Here's the part where it has fired the bolt. So there's the bolt coming out. It fires the bolt. The bolt shoots out and goes around, just like I described, where it's going to do a full circle around to the side of its head. But it doesn't go directly there. We have enough time for this thing we have enough time to cut in a shot of Naru. Here's the bolt coming at her. It misses. It turns. It turns to go around. Holy shit, frame for frame. All because you won't let me just show the friggin' footage. There we go. This is the part I was trying to get to. Look at the fucking screen, guys. It is staring at its own mask, aiming at it. This is the equivalent of a man on a firing range with a weapon he has had for 10 years. He has gone to the range every weekend. He has a gun. It's as if somebody imagine you go to a firing range. You go there with a rifle. Let's just say, I don't know, fucking M16, right? You go there with an M16. You have practiced with this thing for years. Okay? Okay. Someone then takes the gun away from you, sets it next to you with a little laser sight pointing at you. You know how this weapon works. And then he stares at it. We're going to count exactly how long in frames, because movies are shot in 24 frames per second. Meaning that he looks at this long enough. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 1 second. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 3, 1, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Hold on. 57. Did it hit him yet? No, that's just the damage from there. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. We have time to cut in a shot of the helmet itself. 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Okay. 40. 140 frames. Now, assuming that all the frames that we're seeing now are duplicate frames in, like, the same time frame. So, like, it's just showing us a reverse angle at the same time as when it was shown. There's still a full 2-second window where he looks, he sees the mask is aiming at him, and he doesn't think to fucking duck. All you would have to do is move your fat head out of the way. Naru already proved that you can dodge this weapon. She did it earlier. There is no excuse for this. Dan Trachtenberg and Patrick Izon, go fuck yourself. You had better come out and say that the studio made you do this to kill the Predator. You better say that they said, no, this specific thing has to happen. It better be a mandate from the studio that made you do this. Otherwise, go fuck yourself. Dan, I don't want you touching Waterworld because you don't know shit about storytelling. You don't know shit about an action sequence. You have made the Predator. You have made the fucking Predator. The Yamcha, the Hunter. The what the hell are you? You have made this fucking creature stupid. This thing does nothing but hunt its entire life. It has nothing else it does. There's nothing else in Yacha society. Their society is, if you're a hunter, you hunt. That's it. You go out, you hunt other things, you collect trophies. This thing was bare-fisting fucking wolves. It was boxing a bear like Muhammad Ali. Fuck yourself, Dan. Fuck you, Patrick. How dare you write the Predator this way? This is an insult to the franchise. This Predator had a minimum of 2 full seconds to register what was happening, and it didn't move its head. It's not clever. The way she kills it is not clever. He didn't kill it. Its own stupidity killed it. She didn't take its arm off. It took its own arm off because it barreled into it with a shield. She didn't shoot it in the head. It shot itself in the head. The villain defeated itself. This is not like the first Predator. This isn't the roots of the Predator. This isn't an overconfident creature. This is a stupid creature. Holy shit. Ravel says, did the shot in the back of the head blind it? Oh, wait, I'm doing the writer's job by suggesting that, so I'm just gonna say this Predator is a moron. The only excuse I could possibly see is that without the visor, it couldn't tell what it was looking at. So, like, but the thing is, that laser has got to generate heat of some kind. It's not like the thing is blind. It can still see her without the visor. Then why does it fucking even, like, dude, Christ almighty. We know these things have eyeballs that work. They clearly have pupils and everything. The thermal vision is just there to help them. They just don't, they have weak eyes, so without the visor, it's a pain in the ass. Do you want to see a smart Predator battle? You guys want to see a smart Predator battle? Alright, I'll show you. Let's look at a smart Predator battle. What does the Predator do when it loses its advantage? In Predators, Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here is a smart predator battle. Adrian Brody's character has figured out that this thing hunts through thermal sight. Hang on, let me see what Rival's saying here. Rival says, this movie just goes to show that the Predator is only good at killing itself. Kind of a metaphor at how the movies have only been shooting themselves in the foot with the writing and directing. Exactly. But here, the commando guy, he knows that this thing hunts through thermal. Why? Some other guy on the planet told him. He's figured that out. Okay, cool. That's information he has. He knows it hunts through thermal. So as a contrast to the first film, he not only covers himself in mud to make it look like he's part of the environment, he lights up the environment so that even if it sees his body heat, where he's standing is very confusing for the Predator because it's thermal vision, right? It's like, this is a lot of heat, it's blowing out, it's overexposing the Predator's vision. It's making a strength into a weakness. And he's using this to run up and get people from the side. I thought that's what Prey was going to do, right? With the Frenchman scene where it's in the middle of the forest. I thought it would have been, the Predator's invisible and it's doing this hit and run shit of run up and kill one Frenchman and then run back into the mist. Because that's why it was in a big misty, ashy tree area. That's what I thought they were going to do. No. But they do it here. Where he runs up and he sneak attacks him, from the side. And he keeps hitting him and running away. And look at the Predator's vision. It's all orange. It's all yellow. Because there's too much heat around it. It can't see. The area's too hot. Now, eventually, Adrian Brody's character is retreated at this point. Now the Predator's looking for him. He's trying to figure out where is the prey coming from? Where's my target coming from? He keeps ambushing me. What does the Predator do? Well, it's looking, and it's like, well, I don't see it with thermal. Let's switch. It switches to what I assume is some sort of night vision. That doesn't work. Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is the heartbeat vision. This is an audio vision for the Predator. This is sonar. It can see him behind cover here because of his heart. His heartbeat is giving him away. And I can't play it, unfortunately. But now it knows where he is. So it blows out his cover. That is how you have a goddamn Predator fight, Dan Trachtenberg, you hack of a fucking filmmaker. You pissed me off with this shit. You have ruined it. You have ruined the franchise. Like, the franchise was already starting to be ruined by AVP Requiem. AVP Requiem was the shit. Now, the reason I don't shit as much on Requiem, even though it's not really a great movie, is because I see Requiem not as a Predator movie, but as an Alien movie. Just as I see AVP as a Predator movie. They're like two halves of the same coin. That's why it was never a trilogy. It's AVP is a Predator movie that has some aliens in it. Requiem is an Alien movie that has a Predator in it. So it's like one is one way and one's the other way. They're different strengths, different ways of filmmaking. Predator 2018 was the first sign that we would never again have a good Predator movie. Was never going to happen. And now she kills it. She comes back. She's covered in its blood. She decided to paint her face with its blood, which is cool. That's what the same guy did. I'm not mad at that. That's a great concept, is that that's what her brother did when he came back. He had painted his face with all the blood from the cougar, or the mountain lion, whatever. So she's all painted up. That looks really fucking cool. Yeah, so she comes back. She's like, here's the head thing. So she's now this mighty hunter thing. Completely unearned. She's inept, she's incompetent. She got 5 people killed through her actions. People died as a result of her own egotistical incompetence. And the most insulting part of this movie is, I actually like the feral Predator. I like the Predator in this movie. I like the gadgets it played with. I liked some of the concepts that it was having. The cinematography, some of the symbolism was there. It was really interesting. Why did you fuck over your cinematographer? Why did you fuck over this writing with this bullshit angle? I would have been way more interested if it was a sexist society, like the marketing claimed. Like, oh, she's gonna be this thing. I would have actually liked that more. I still wouldn't like it, but it wouldn't have been this bad. Because at least then I could understand, like, oh, she's a bitch to the rest of the village because she is being treated unfairly because of her gender. That would at least explain her fucking petulant attitude. God damn. It is just obnoxious. Predator should have been buried with its helmet, considering it hunted and killed itself in the end. She just stole its valor. Oh, guys, you want to talk, rival? You want to talk about stealing valor? You want to see something? You want to see something pretty crazy? If I can get on the exact fucking frame of it. Where is it? Nah, I'm just gonna look it up and go frame by frame because that's easier. Let's see. Rei, Naru, ending. So, I don't want the ending explained. I just want the fucking thing. Yeah, there's gonna be a sequel, by the way. Just so you guys know. There's absolutely gonna be a stupid fucking sequel for this stupid fucking movie. Because what they set up in the end is, like, it literally cannot be true, right? If there's no sequel. There has to be a sequel to make up for it. Look at this shit. This guy has to put this in here to keep the damn algorithm from fucking with it. Where's the shot of it? There's a specific shot in the end of the movie. Get to the end of the movie, please. Is that it? What's that? Nope, not that. He doesn't show it. Dude, why don't you fucking show the actual ending? God damn it. Let's see, I might have to look for, like, her returning to the village specifically, yeah. Pray. I cannot fucking find it, but believe me when I say it. This guy got fucked up, by the way. Like, that's a great kill. Like, he pins him to the tree, and then he activates the shield, chops his head off, chops all the way through the tree as well. God, I can't find it. I cannot find this. Hold on, let's see. Pray ending. So let's see if we see the, like, an image of it. Yes, this. Here it is. Here it fucking is. Okay, guys. Let me explain something to you right now. So, this is how they fit it into the actual universe, and they try to give it some sort of legitimacy, as if it's, like, in line with the other ones. This is from Predator 2. It is a flintlock pistol that says Raphael Adams 1715. Would you like to know the name of the man who, the Frenchman who spoke Comanche to her, that she helped when his leg was messed up, and she helped him, and, you know, that's how she learned about the thermal vision? The guy that gave her the pistol? You want to know what his name was? His name was Raphael Adams! This is his gun! They have given an explanation for where this fucking pistol came from. And let me steal a little bit from Razor Fist for this one. Fuck you, I was right. Fuck you, I was right. Fuck you, I was right. Last stream about the Predator franchise, I called this. I said, it's going to be really fucking stupid if they try to explain where this pistol came from. If they try to put that together. I called it. I said that would be really fucking stupid. And it's really fucking stupid. Like, holy fucking shit. It's Raphael Adams, 1715. It's his flintlock. It's the flintlock from the end of Predator 2. Do you know what that means for the story of the Predator franchise? That means that we are going to have to suffer more of Dan Trachtenberg and Patrick Izon for a sequel to Prey. There will be a Prey 2 to explain that at some point the Predators come back, kill Naru, and take this as a trophy. That's how they're going to tie it in to the Predator franchise as a whole. That's how they make it make sense. And I'm fucking livid. I'm done. I'm pissed. Also, is my stream still going or what? Yeah. They put the fucking flintlock pistol from Predator 2 into this fucking movie. It is fucking atrocious. Okay, Rival says, well, shit, did the writer watch the Star Wars sequel trilogy and say, yeah, we should just pander to our audience the most disingenuous, shittiest way? Yes, that's exactly what happened. That is 100% Rival. That's exactly what they did with Prey. There are numerous moments taken from the first film. The final confrontation where she sets a bunch of traps and lures it into a kill box. That is from the first movie. If it bleeds, we can kill it. The pistol from Predator 2. Let's see. God, I don't know. There was another one. There was another one where they were like, no, it's fucking this way. There was something else they were ripping off. They were ripping off a line from the first movie. I mean, like, they rip off a lot of it. Like, the whole, like, woman who's not a threat tied up by men who think they know better. That scene was ripped off. The story pacing and the beats, all of it ripped off from the first movie. And again, I wouldn't mind it if I liked the main character. I hate this woman. She's terrible. She's a terrible, terrible person. Everything she did, she thinks she's the hero too. Everything she did actively harmed her tribe. And it was just Hollywood, unbelievable, shitty fucking writing that saved her from the Predator. The Predator should have killed her. Plain as fucking day. I don't know why this Predator would have a crossbow that only functions when it's aimed with the fucking thing. You're telling me this thing doesn't have a manual firing mode? That would be like saying, oh yeah, I have this gun, but I can't fire it unless I'm aiming. Unless I look down the sights, my gun doesn't function. No, I can shoot a gun from the hip. It might not work as good, but it could have. All the Predator needed in that situation was a manual switch so that he could have shot it right through her stupid fucking forehead and killed it. And that would have rolled credits. She would have been dead. That would have actually been an amazing subversion if that Predator lived, took Raphael Adams' pistol from her, and that's how it got on. You want to link it back? That's how you link it back, motherfucker. You kill the hero. How great of a fucking... Like, that would be unexpected. She doesn't defeat the Predator. The Predator just kills her, but it's lost an arm. So now with no arm, it can't really continue hunting, can it? It has to go home now. The hunt is over. For now. Ta-da! And it might come back later. And then somebody in this village grows up with the idea of like, oh, the Predator, this or that or whatever, you know? Or maybe one of the... like, you could have had the one guy survive. You could have had the one Frenchman survive, and then when they come across him, he tells them what happened to Tabu, Naru, and fucking like everything that happened, and like that passes down the story of the Predator, and now you can still do a sequel, but in the sequel maybe they're ready for it, and they like one of their guys takes that story to heart, and they train their whole life to be a soldier and be an awesome Comanche warrior so they can fight the Predator when it comes back later. Maybe. I don't know. You could make a rematch film. I don't know. Let's see. They could have had a Kojima twist on how the story was passed down, and now it's just shit. Yeah, you literally could have just made it like, oh yeah, the Predator actually managed to kill everybody. Or they killed each other, you know? Like, they both died, or something. I don't know, man. But no, you had to give Naru a story. And her story was terrible, from start to finish. She started as an incompetent, petulant child, and then she just magically became, through no action of her own, did she actually, like, get to the point of, this whole idea of, like, oh, they underestimate me because I'm a threat. Like, oh, I'm not a threat until you underestimate me. That sounds oddly similar to, like, I was looking at the trailer for the Star Wars Andor series, and I don't give a fuck, it just popped up on YouTube. I was watching some reaction to it, like, I think Angry Joe was talking about it, and he was saying, like, we were looking at it, or no, it wasn't Angry Joe, it was somebody else that was watching. Anyway, it was a reaction video, that's how I saw the trailer, and basically one of the, like, ladies that I guess starts the resistance, one of the senators, was like, basically she said, if I'm an annoying little shit, then nobody will think to look into what I'm really up to, like the whole rebellion thing. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically the same energy. It's like, oh, if I act this way, people won't investigate. It's like, no, that's not how it works. If I'm an evil empire and I see one of my senators is actively going against me, they're going to come under more scrutiny, not less. Like, you can't hide shit when you're pissing off the authority. They will look more at you, not less. So here with Naru, it's just like this idea of like, oh, you think of me as not a threat, but like I set up all these traps and stuff. Reminder: she has no concept of trapping. By the way, she didn't trap a rabbit. She didn't trap a bear. She didn't trap like the one thing she ever did was decide to lay a trap for the lion, and that only halfway worked. How she went from that to, okay, now I know how to make a whole fucking trap for this alien hunter. No, I don't fucking buy it. You can't tell me that makes sense. She's fucking incompetent, man. And this movie fucking blows. The only reason I even give it a 4 out of 10 is because the line delivery is pretty solid, right? The writing's fucking awful. The concepts are fucking awful. The whole story's just awful. But the Predator bits were really good until the last 20 minutes when they had to nerf the Predator's intelligence, just so that the hero could win. Fuck off. Then there's like all the Predator stuff, so you don't play with all the toys and everything. Again, you give me a Predator movie that's only about the Predator. Make it where the Predator is being hunted by humans on Earth, right? Like, role reversal. Now they're hunting it actively. That would be a fun movie. And not like Predator 2 where they fail to do it. I mean, when they're a legitimate threat and they're a special task force trained to specifically counter the Predator's tactics. Right? That would be fucking cool. But yeah, no. So, like, the cinematography, some of the symbolism in the shots was really fucking good. The effects were spot on. I liked the effects. They looked pretty good. I mean, you didn't need the CGI tomahawk and spear and stuff. You probably could have done that practically. But y'all just didn't fucking bother. But yeah, no, for the most part, the effects were pretty spot on too. It's just that the story and everything drags it down so much. I hate the main character. I hate her fucking attitude. She pisses me off the entire film. She's completely inept and then magically becomes like super good at fighting this thing that's way, way bigger than her. It's just not believable. Yeah, you give it a 4, 2 at best. No. Shang-Chi is a 2 out of 10. The camera work here was better than Shang-Chi, so this gets 4, right? Just because the effects and the camera work were better than Shang-Chi. So this gets a 4. Shang-Chi got a 2 out of 10 because not only did it have a shit writing, it had shit everything else all around. The only reason I even gave that 2 out of 10 was because it had some okay bits. This has more okay bits, so it gets a 4. But yeah, no, this thing is absolute garbage. The lowest I could possibly go would be 3, but again, it's nothing against Amber Midthunder or Dakota Beavers or any of these guys, right? The cast did it wonderfully. They all played it perfectly. One point that I didn't actually point out, which I thought was really cool, one of the only positives in this film was how the Frenchmen all speak French, so you don't know what the fuck they're saying. But there's a moment where it clearly shows that you can write it to where you know what they're talking about, because you have these guys talking, and sorry, the head Frenchman wants to just kill her. It's like I can basically je vais la tuer, right? Je vais. I assume that's like she's a waste of time. La tour is probably time. Like, this is a waste of time is essentially what he's saying. And I didn't see it with captions on or anything. When I watched it, I didn't have captions on. I just watched it, and they're speaking French. And he wants to shoot her while she's in the cage. This other guy comes up and is like, no, as you see it, no. And he's like, he makes some remark, and then they're both like they have really creepy like smiles. And I don't know if that's either implying that they would, that they would rape her later, right, to get some use out of her, right, in their in the way they're thinking, or if that was like, no, we'll use her as bait, right, with the other one we captured. Either one of those are horrendous outcomes, right? But it's cool because I saw that all through visuals. I didn't need the dialogue. So why the fuck did you make an entire movie, Dan Trachtenberg? You're the director. This is your fucking fault. Why the hell did you make an entire movie that later is in Comanche, obviously with subtitles, but why didn't you just film the movie to where everybody's speaking their own language, and we just get a lot of, you got some captions, right? But you get a lot of visual cues as to what's going on to back it up. That's fine. I would watch that. I would love that. Visual storytelling. I'll tell you why. He's not capable of visual storytelling. The modern filmmaker is so fucking dumb. They have to tell the audience explicitly the themes of their movie and what's going on with it. And it's so annoying because I don't know if I don't know who did the cinematography, but some of the scenes, like, where now it's basic stuff of like the Predator's patching their leg, she's patching her leg. Cut those together, they're the same type of person. All right, fine. I get it. It's a ham-fisted symbolism, but at least it's symbolism. It uses the visuals to tell the story. Why the fuck was the rest of that absent? Why the fuck did she get asked a very normal question of, well, if the creature killed the bear, how are you alive? And she just walked off. She was fucking rude. Why? What is the fucking point of that? Like, the reason I'm mad is not because it's a female lead, not because it's a non-white hero, not because any of that. I'm mad because the story is bad and it didn't have to be. I'm mad because there's clearly a lot of fucking potential in this film for it to be good, but they just didn't bother. They intentionally wrote it bad. It's not accidentally bad. And again, Dan, buddy, Dan Trachtenberg, Patrick Eizon, one of you fucking guys, go on Twitter, make a thread, make a video or something, and explain that it was the studio's fault. That here's no... Be like the Owl House crew that spilled the tea. Or was it Owl House? Hold on. No, it was Amphibia. I'm sorry, it wasn't Owl House. There's a Disney show called Amphibia, right? And it was canceled or something, or cut short, I don't know. Anyway, the point being is it ended, right? And basically, apparently it was production hell for that thing, because every time the writers wanted to do something, they were basically told no by corporate, and they had to reword a lot of things, and they were constantly getting nitpicks. But they went on Twitter, and they made sure to tell everyone, hey, this part, we had to change it because corporate. We had to do this because of corporate. The studio told us to do this. It was not our idea. It's the buck, man. If it's not your fault, Dan, and it's... Now, me, personally, I believe in auteur theory. Dan, if you want to be a director, sometimes you have to stand up to the studio and say, go fuck yourself. You want me to do the movie, you're paying me to do the movie, I'm going to do the movie, and it's going to be cool. Trust me, we got this. You can give me suggestions, but the ultimate decision needs to be mine. I'm the director, this is how it goes. That's the point of the director, to me. Now, that's not to say that he should always have control of everything. A good director understands that they need a team. But a good director also has a vision, has their own specific vision, and it has to be the vision that the characters need for that film. And if it's studio interference, Dan, tell us that it was studio interference. Don't go radio silent and act like everything's fine just because everyone else is going to suck your dick over this film, right? This film is not great. Anyone that tells you this film, it's the same as Shang-Chi, it's the same as all the Phase 4 Marvel crap. It has a lot of potential. It was intentionally written poorly for no fucking reason. I don't know why. I do not know why. I want an explanation. Holy fuck. Revel says the writing thinks we're all dumb. Rival House says the Owl House is also going through shit too on the inside. Yeah, exactly. The creators and top board members are having disagreements around their marketing, how quick stuff can be pumped out for quick cash. Yeah. I mean, and that's even that the Owl House has been canceled. Like they're literally, they don't even get to finish it with a proper season. They're wrapping it up with 3:45, like a 3-part movie that's broken up into like 45-minute segments. There's like 3 segments, each of them's going to be 45 minutes as like a trilogy of mini animated films. But yeah, no, fucking Owl House can cancel and shit. I could talk all day about that too. But this one's Prey, guys. Woo! We love Prey. Oh, a strong female person of color who is completely inept, who has no right to have killed the Predator at all. She didn't even kill it. It killed itself. It, like, I feel like the Predator was looking at that, and in those 2 seconds it had to decide, it was like, you know what? The writing's stupid and I'm missing an arm. I'm tired. Just take me out. Take me, God, you know? Like, fucking destroy me. I'm done. I'm done with this crap. That's what it feels like. And again, you guys want to watch a good fucking period piece that's actually respects the first movie and actually is pretty fucking cool? No, not that. Like, bro, you guys want a cool fucking movie? This is the one time. This is the one time I will throw it into the chat. I don't care. I don't care if YouTube doesn't like the links. I'm putting it in there. Let's see. I put this bitch in the live chat. I will put this in the chat. This is Predator Dark Ages. Feel free to look at the chat. If you guys watch a replay of this, look in the chat right now. This is Predator Dark Ages, made by a wonderful filmmaker who I still need to get an interview set up with. He said he's open to the idea. I just have to work around his schedule there. But this is made by the wonderful James Bush. This guy is incredible. I'm plugging James Bush for this again. This guy's great. His filmography is awesome. Okay? You want to see some of his films, guys? You want to see some of his films? Like, his films are fucking cool. I need to watch through all of them, but they're fucking cool. So this was a short film he did called Cannibals and Carpet Fitters, right? Which is like Hills Have Eyes, but British version. And it's fucking a great idea. Blackout, and there's Trapped, and he did Predator Dark Ages, right? He did a fan film for Predator. And then his short film, Cannibals and Carpet Fitters, became a full feature-length film. Now, this is straight to DVD release. The US release is straight to DVD and whatever. But it's cool. It's a fun idea, right? Awesome. Three Pigs. Dark fable gangster film with horror elements based on the said children's story. Follows 3 ex-cops who move to a remote town only to clash with a local firm known as the Pact and their boss, the Wolf. It's a darker take on the usual gangster films. You know, this is like evil breeds evil. Horror, thriller, late night coach journey that turns into a night of terror. Great. Devil's Lair. I am excited for this one. I need him to finish this one. Right? It is Zero Dark 30 meets The Descent with an air of aliens. I love the idea that a SWAT team is sent to take out a religious cult but get caught in a deadly game of cat and mouse. It sounds amazing. Give me these movies. Hey, Hollywood, knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, it's James fucking Bush about to eat your lunch in the indie scene. Because he understands what people want. Rival says person of color, maybe it's just my eyes, but she didn't seem very inclusive to me. She probably shoved back Native American representation for men and women back years by SJW standards. I mean, possibly, again, I think she did fine. The problem is they didn't give her much to work with. I think Amber Midthunder's great. From what I saw in this movie, she played it really well. Her delivery was great. But you're right. This writing, she didn't do it. The writing, the director, the movie praise set back representation for that. You can go watch Wind Talkers. You can go watch fucking what's the other one? There's Wind Talkers and there's another one with really good Native American representation. And my brain is stopping on it. But Wind Talkers is all about the Navajo Code Talkers in World War II. And it's a fantastic movie. And it shows them in the light of being just normal, average day Americans. And it's awesome. It's great. Fucking love that movie. Tales from the Hood was more progressive and was a good movie. Yeah, Tales from the Hood. I remember that. That's a pretty good film. While doing it because it put the movie and the message on equal footing. Yeah, exactly. Lore's great. This is kind of like, this is giving me vibes of, and again, I went over all this in the other stream, but I'm going over it again because James Bush deserves the credit. He's a great filmmaker. But is that? Hold on. I have to look this up now because I think I recognize one of the actors, but I don't think it is him, but it's somebody that looks extremely like him. Who's the actor for Zemo? Daniel Bruhl. I might be mistaken here. Is he in that currently? No, okay, he's not. I saw this guy on the poster here, and it looked close enough to Daniel Bruhl that I thought it was Daniel Bruhl. Anyway, point being, lore, this is like fucking, yeah, follow friends and go to church, where the guy asks each of them tell the scary story they've ever heard, but little do they know their stories would have a major consequence for them and others. So it's like a horror thing, the story comes true. So it's kind of like Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat was along the same lines of like a horror anthology on the night of Halloween, you know? The Fort. This is great. I'm really excited for The Fort as well because it's given me vibes of like 13th Warrior. So The Fort is a psychological horror feature set during the Second Wars of Scottish Independence in the mid-14th century. The film plays on the isolation and paranoia of a group of soldiers that they battle something they cannot see whilst fighting to keep their own sanity. If you believe in evil, the devil will find you. Like, this just sounds like 13th Warrior. If you guys don't know 13th Warrior, I'm gonna look this up again for you guys, just to see the synopsis of this. A Muslim ambassador exiled from his homeland finds himself in the company of Vikings. While the behavior of the Norsemen initially offends Ibn Fadlan, the more cultured outsider grows to respect the tough, if uncouth warriors. During their travels together, Ibn Fadlan and Ibn Fadlan, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and the Vikings get word of an evil presence closing in. They must fight the frightening and formidable force, which was previously thought to exist only in legend. So in this, the main character guy here, Ibn Fadlan, this is the main character, played by the wonderful Antonio Banderas. I love him. But this whole thing is like he's traveling with the Vikings, and the Vikings have their own superstitions and everything. And so when people start getting murdered and whatever, it's kind of like a different take on sort of like Beowulf type mythology. And it's just kind of interesting because it's like throughout the movie, you don't know if like the horde of invaders that they end up fighting are they men or are they monsters, you know? And so he's the 13th warrior, right? And this is in this sequence here, it's prescribed that like he will go with them and he will be the 13th warrior because there's 12 other Viking guys here. There's like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's like these are the 12 Viking guys. He is the 13th warrior. That's why it's called that. Anyway, point being, fucking awesome. And Fort reminds me a lot of that. It's the same idea, you know? Isolation, paranoia, you know, something they can't see. They have to fight their own sanity. Sounds very much like 13th Warrior. But yeah, no, guys. Go watch Predator Dark Ages. Go like it. Go check out James Bush's work. Go follow him on Twitter. Everything. It's great. Can you believe this fan film made on a shoestring budget is 10 times better than the atrocity version Hollywood gave us in 2018. Fox, please go fuck yourself. You fucked up Predator 2018. You fucked up Prey. This independent filmmakers that know what they're doing are better than you. How are you failing with this much money? What was the budget of Prey? How much did this movie cost? How much did it cost? Where's the cost? Where's the cost of Prey? Guys, notice how I can't find it immediately. Every other movie, you can find it immediately. This one, we're having a problem finding it. Let's see. So, this is kind of interesting. So, why is Prey going straight to streaming? That's a good question. Despite the hype around its world premiere, it goes directly to streaming, even though Dan intended it to be released in theaters. He thinks viewers can make the most of the film from the comfort of their living room. I wanted it to go in theaters, but I'm going to dump it on the streaming service anyway. Apparently, the reason behind Prey going directly to streaming was to do with internal studio politics, provided that streaming has blockbuster potential. Crackberg says Disney wanted to use his film to prove that Hulu is a great place to have cinematic experiences. Dan, I'm sorry to report, this is not a great cinematic experience. All this does is make me want to watch the other films. It makes me want to watch Predator Dark Ages. It makes me want to go watch fan films and short films that are made by people who give a shit. Sorry, no, it doesn't. And it's not just a small platform for small-scale, lower-budget productions. What's the idea there, Dan? What, is Disney imply? And so, Dan, you're just going along with the idea that something has to be big budget? What's your budget, bud? The film only brought in $51 million domestically against a budget of $88 million. $88 million. Where did it go? It didn't go to the writing. Guys, you had less. This thing cost less than 100 million, and you couldn't even make that back. Come on, guys. Come on. Test screenings failed probably. Yeah, I guarantee there were probably test screenings and people were like, I don't know about this for Predator. This makes Prey look like the joke it is. Congrats again on a real Predator film. Damn the NWO straight down. I don't know what NWO is. What is NWO? I think that's supposed to be New World Order, but alright, you fucking crazy fuck. Just because it's a bad film doesn't mean it's like super crazy SJW propaganda. Like, it can be a bad film without being a conspiracy. First time Predator has had honorable combat. That's not true, Tony. They had it in Predators. In Predators, that's where he got it from. The idea of squaring off with the Predator. But pretty damn good fan short. The new Predator is 5 Prey is pretty badass though. The bots have arrived. The fact that this guy showed up just to say, "Oh yeah, Prey's pretty good though." Really? Is it? Why are you? You're literally showing up on a video that's 5 years old. It's a movie that's 5 years old, and you are coming in just to say that the new one's good. That's what tells me it's not a good movie, guys. You have to look out for that. Methinks thou doth protest too much. Let's see. Rival says Batgirl was canned, and so that's 90 million gone for DC. Yeah, I heard about that. Fuck. Like, I don't even talk about DC shit just because WB is so fucking stupid. I don't even talk about that shit. Not that bad, you know. Hollywood could learn a thing or two from this. 10 times the acting watchability of the new Prey. 10 times less woke, too. Prey was gate creep crying. I mean, we just went over it, Mazzy. Mazzy, buddy, you want to hop on the stream? My DMs on Twitter are open, buddy. Let me know. And I can shit on Prey in real time with you and tell you why it's bad. There are tears of laughter at you actually saying it's great. Unfortunate. I could imagine I can imagine with a budget of $90 million. Yeah. Actually, how much did this go for? That's a good question. How much did he make it for? He's an indie filmmaker, so it probably was not that expensive. How much did he do for it? Let's see. He made it for... It can't... It's probably a bit, but not too much. Ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, that's Predators. Sorry about that. Sorry. I almost jumped the gun there in insulting the Predator franchise. Holy fuck, can I go back, please? What the fuck? There we go. Here's the IMDb. Maybe the IMDb will tell me. I wish it would just have the goddamn budget here somewhere, you know? Let's see. I don't know. I don't even know what the damn budget is. It's pissing me off. AVP Redemption? Yo, what the fuck? The fuck is AVP Redemption? Somebody made a short of their own for the AVP series. Live action / CGI fan film from Alex Popov. Ooh, is there a trailer? Hold on. I'm gonna look that one up now. But yeah, Predator Dark Age is fantastic. I can't seem to find the budget on it, but I would assume it's not that much. Because as an indie filmmaker, no fucking way. No way. This thing was only a couple $1,000s? You're joking. You're actually joking. A crowdfunded venture that raised $5,500. That's in British pounds, by the way, so it's like probably a little bit more. It's just a couple $1,000s, essentially. Rival says, hopefully all these millions gone from the pockets of the executive would begin to shift in due time, otherwise Hollywood will bleed itself dry. I hope it does. I hope Hollywood goes straight down the shitter where it belongs, and I hope they have to sell off or open or make public domain all their stuff so that real filmmakers like James Bush can get a hold of them and make really cool stuff with it on a way smaller budget. This motherfucker. The short doesn't skip a production credit. This motherfucker had a couple $1,000s. Got a couple of his buddies together, and they made a 30-minute film that has more action and intrigue in Predator Dark Ages than we saw in Prey. How did you let a film worth a couple $1,000s beat you? I'll tell you why. James Bush is a talented motherfucker. I like that guy. He knows what he's doing. He wrote a good story, and he went with it. Anyway, so what is AVP Redemption? Now that we're looking into it, let's look into all the fan stuff, right? Let's see, AVP Redemption. Let's see. This is a 20-minute fucking thing. Let's watch this one. Last time we watched Predator Dark Ages, this time let's watch an AVP fan film. Hell yeah, dude. Fan film for entertainment. Special thanks to Swidhelm for the Alien 3D models, id Software for Doom 3, and the Real Killtron for the level designs that he used for some environments. So that's cool. So he actually used like some stuff from like Doom 3 and stuff for the facility. That's kind of fun. Getting ready for Prey and catching up on the fan films. This is one of the best out there. Dude, let's watch this right now. I mean, yeah. Yeah. And since it's a fan film, you know damn well it's not got any sort of like copyright to it, so we're not gonna get in trouble. At least we fucking shouldn't. I don't know why I turned my thing off and put it away. It has the chat on it. Why did I put it away? Okay, but yeah, guys, James Bush and all that. Go look for fan films. Go look for guys that give a shit. Fuck Prey, fuck Dan Trachtenberg, and fuck Patrick Eisnot. If that blacklists me from the industry, I don't care. I'll pull a Ripperverse and go make my own damn industry. I'll go indie and make my own fucking productions. I don't want to be under some studio's thumb that's gonna fuck shit up. Now, I was gonna show, like, I was gonna compare the final fights from Predator and Prey, but I can't do that because, we can't do that because bullshit. So let's see here. We're gonna watch AVP Redemption, and it's gonna be fucking great. So that'll be how we end the stream. We will watch this. It's only 20 minutes, so not too bad. Excuse me. Apologies if that sounded nasty. I forgot I had the mic. But yeah, well, let's watch this real quick, and then we'll end it out. Game movie, Alien vs. Predator. Oh, that's like from the games, yeah. Okay, let's see. This 720 is the max we got here. Okay. The following film is a non-profit, independent project produced by the fans solely for the purpose of entertainment of other fans and is not intended for sale. Predator and Alien are copyright and trademark of 20th Century Fox. This production is not associated with Fox Studios in any way. Distribution of this fan film for monetary gain is illegal. I'm not monetized on YouTube, so I'm not making any money on it. You can't sell this stuff, obviously. Let's see. I'll probably have to adjust the audio, but yeah, it's gonna be a little loud. We'll turn that down. We don't have any captions available, unfortunately. This is starting pretty cool, though. I love that, like the words, like the alien language from the Predators getting turned into the credits. That's pretty fucking neat. That's a neat idea. And again, I'm sure that was probably done in the actual AVP at some point. But yeah, Scott Reed, Daniel Jones, Predator. Actually, no, that's a dick move of me. I'm sorry about that. I'm excited. Okay, I didn't mean to start skipping through the credits like that, but yeah. So let's appreciate this. So Alex Popov was the director, the creator of this. So we got Scott Leslie. Okay, cool. Scott Leslie. We've got Ryan Sargent. Awesome. Or Sargent. I don't know. Let's see. What else we got? We got Scott Reed. So we got two Scotts. Oh, one Scott and one Scotty. J. Daniel Jones. Oh, that's like J. Jonah Jameson. That's a little bit of alliteration. What's that music? Hell yeah. Okay, and I'm actually going to have this up, because I don't know, I assume they use copyright-free music and stuff, but I'm going to have this up just on the side periodically. Revel says, every time I stupidly think Hollywood can't possibly get any lower, I get a Halo TV show, Prey. That's the other one, Halo. Thank you for reminding me, Revel. Earlier, when the stream started, I was rattling off like Star Wars and Star Trek and all the shit that's been ruined. Thank you for reminding me. Halo as well. All the guys that made the Halo TV show, all the guys that wrote that, fucking off yourself. Sorry, like from the industry. Take yourself out of the industry, we'll say. But yeah, Disney classics being remade into shit. The Book of Boba Fett, like, you're right, Rival. All of it's garbage. All of it's garbage. You gotta give me time, man. I gotta get my hands on a camera, and then I'm gonna start filming some stuff, and it's gonna be great. Might be rough to start, but it's gonna be great. Okay, this is a fan film, so we're gonna watch this. And then I'll check it, like, every now and then. Just because I want to make sure the stream isn't, like, suspended. Oh, it's got the alien music. You hear that? Dun, dun, dun. It's kind of like a remix a bit. It's not exactly. So that's the Sulaco. The USS Sulaco decommissioned. Okay, so this is after the events of the Sulaco. There are 24 scientists and 17 military staff. Oh, we have a video message. Cool. Oh, okay, so first off, the green screen's a little rough. Not bad. I think if we used some more color grading here, it wouldn't look too bad. It's just a little too standard with the focal length.
Mr. Whalen, I have some exciting news.
Yeah. So the reason this looks kind of funky is one, it's kind of on a green screen, so that doesn't help because that makes them pop out more from the background. And number two, and again, I'm not knocking anybody's work. I'm just explaining to people watching who might not understand film of like like they might see it and be like, why does it look kind of weird? There's clearly effort here. They have a little Wayland thing. It's on a CRT and everything. It's great. But something to do would be like focal length of your camera and color grading are two big things for film. So if you guys want to make indie production, you want to make it look more professional, like it's some big budget thing, make sure you're using the right type of lens. And not that they're using it wrong here, just that if you want to look really, really good, use the right focal length of a lens, right? The correct type of lens. There's like shooting on 60 millimeter and 70 millimeter. That's like film versus digital, but even digital has certain settings in it. And then also your color grading in post-production, because if you change the coloring after the fact, it looks a lot less flat, you know? And again, nothing against these guys. I have nothing but respect for fan films, but yeah. Rival says, I hope no one touches Dark Souls or Command & Conquer. Command & Conquer especially because EA has already harmed the franchise with Tiberium, Twilight, and the mobile exclusive. Oh, God, yeah. No, it's... Rivals, don't you worry about that, man. Somebody will... You give it another 10 years, somebody will circle back around to Dark Souls and be like, we can make this better. Let's reboot the franchise. And they'll fucking ruin that, too. Anyway, so let's continue here. This unfortunately does not have captions, so I'll turn it up a little bit.
Recovered an alien spacecraft from that wreck on LC-325. We don't know what caused the crash, but that's not what's important. What's important is we got the body of the pilot, and it's in fairly good condition.
Okay, so they recovered something from the wreck. The audio is just kind of a little muffled to go with the atmosphere of it being a video transmission, so I just want to make sure you guys hear it. So they recovered a body from the wreck on LV,
But it was still
whatever.
warm when we found it. Here, let me show you.
Right. So this is from like the original, yeah. So they found a predator. That's cool. And again, I wouldn't even need to tell you that. Like, guys, let's back this up and let's watch. Let's watch exactly what we're told. Okay. Using nothing but visuals. I'm going to mute this. We're going to see the use of visuals. This is what I was saying earlier. Visual storytelling. There's the Sulaco. We know it's the Sulaco because we see the side of it. It tells us what it is. They tell us, here's the Sulaco. Why is the Sulaco here? It's decommissioned, right? They're using it as a research station. How many people are on board, right? Little miscellaneous information. And then a video transmission. We're getting a video transmission. It looks like this. So he's got this. This guy's got a little thing on his head. And he's got a uniform. That denotes that he is military. So he sets it up, and he's talking to somebody. He looks over to him, and he leaves. After he sets it up, this guy with goggles comes in. He's a scientist, and he's telling us something important. And so, we see something in the background. What's that? Oh, I don't know. It looks like a body, right? And maybe they found something. It looks like they definitely found something. Yeah. Here, let me show you what this thing is now that I've told you about it. Wow, it's a predator. All of that. Nothing but visuals. You needed no dialogue there to know what was going on. They set up a video transmission. He was telling him they found something. Here, I'll show you the thing we found. Very simple. Very simple. It's not rocket science, guys. Anybody can do this. Revel says they're having some technical errors in communication, which builds up tension subconsciously. Yeah, exactly. That's also a possibility. Is like that's why it's scratchy, because it really sells the CRT thing.
For the first time, we've got a body and not a blast crater. Sir?
For the first time, we have a body and not a blast crater. That is referencing the first film where the Predator nukes itself.
This is the chance of a lifetime. Think of what we can learn about their technology, about their physiology.
Uh-oh, something's happening.
What do you mean it's moving? It's impossible.
Oh no! It's infected! Okay. So the model and the graphic for the Predator, maybe not that good. But it gets the point across. We'll see. attention. Where's the thing? It's gone. It's got the pulse rifle sound. Now, they didn't get any actual pulse rifles, which is a shame. It would have really sold it, but I don't know if you could technically do that. That might be in violation of their like, visuals. I don't know if the pulse rifle's like a patented design. We have a specimen. Lock it down. Oh, the transmission was interrupted. Things are not going so well. 38 hours since transmission. Lost contact with Sulaco. Dispatch vessel to investigate. ETA 37 hours. So, yeah. Oh, look at that. Big blown up planet. That looks really cool. Solar, Sector R42. Unexplored. Ooh, unexplored section of space. That's interesting, right? They did get close with the look of FAMAS rifles, though. Yeah, the FAMAS look not bad. Not bad. This is clearly CG, but it's not any worse than you would expect from a fan film. Yeah. Let's see how they handle Predators discussing things. It looks pretty good. The prosthetic there, that doesn't look too bad. Yeah. The animation could use some work. I will say that. The model and the animation for the rendering of that could use some work, maybe. Because they're definitely using a model on a green screen for that rendering. Like, the way the head moves slightly, you could tell somebody animated it and they weren't an animator. And that's not to knock them trying. It gets the point across. But you can, like, there's certain tells with, like, it's not that they animate it wrong, it's that there's certain, there's, like, ease in and ease out and timing and action. There's certain foundational things that they could have done better. But it does look really cool. It fits. They don't even have to say anything to each other. He sees the thing. He sees the transmission that we just saw. We need no dialogue for this, guys. We know what's going on. Uh-oh. He made a noise when he's saying something. We don't know what he's saying. We have no idea what the Predator said. But he responded when he saw the body. Means that, oh, they're clearly going to have to go investigate it, aren't they? Look at this. Again, the only thing right now that's a problem is the visuals. The composition's good, but the actual, like, that looks pretty good. This is on par with, like, the fucking, like, look of something like Babylon 5 back in the day, you know, for their props and their effects. That's not fucking bad. Like, when was this? This was made when? I mean, again, it doesn't really matter when it was made. It was made, like, you can get close enough with production, guys. Imagine if you gave these guys $90 million. Imagine if you saw this story with $90 million worth of graphics. That would look pretty good, wouldn't it? It's already passable. It's not great, but it's passable. And this is just done with CGI because you can't really afford a prosthetic, because that's a very intricate puppet that you would have to buy. That's expensive. This is a fan film. If they had the money, I'm sure they would have splurged to have an actor in a suit. But bad CGI is understandable from an indie fan film. It is not understandable to have bad design or bad use of CGI in a $90 million film. And again, that's not to say the effects department didn't do their job in Prey. It was actually pretty good. The problem is the overall design was just why? You know, why did you use CGI for the Predator? You could have just built a friggin' apparatus. It would have been fine, but no. The CGI is very faithful. Yeah, it's faithful to, like, its own style. It has a clear style of CGI it's going for. And they blend it. They blend the CGI with a physical actor with props. You can tell what's CGI and what's actor doing things. That's a person on a green screen. You can tell because there's a difference here between the resolution here and here. This has certain lighting, this doesn't. But look at this. They even put the red lighting on. They made sure... This is a green screen back here. There's nothing here. But they made sure to put either in effects later or in Like, look at that. Look at how specific they get with the lighting on this. This is incredible. It looks so good. This is a panel with red lights on it. This is, every time they move their hand, there's a red light here. Look right here. When the hand moves, the red light gets messed with. There's a shadow being cast. Real simple. Real simple, guys. Doesn't take much. I applaud them. They care. They might not have nailed it, but they at least fucking tried. They made it work, man. They worked with what they had. I don't know what they're saying, but he's holding the thing. He's holding his hand to his throat. I assume that's maybe the Predator's way of saying, go kill everybody and get the body back. Maybe. That might be it. We don't know. But we saw the transmission, so we as the audience understand the information already. We don't need the Predators to talk to each other. We just need a couple of visuals on the screen. You. I want you to go out there. Yes, I will. I will go out there. No dialogue. No words spoken between these people, and we absolutely understand this. This is visual storytelling. These are people that know what the fuck they're doing. It's great. Yeah. There's the plasma caster. A big fucking prop, you know? There's some CGI. But again, it blends very well. Fucking shut up with your stupid ads. But again, it blends very well. It blends as good as you'd expect. Look at knife flip. Cool prosthetic. Cool actual props. Cool hand with an actual prop. Or is it? If it was CGI, I couldn't tell in that shot. Some of it looks a little iffy, some of it not. But again, this just really highlights that unless you go really hard, this just highlights that unless you go very, very hard with your CGI and make it fucking awesome with all the lighting and all the little texture, and you spend a lot, unless your effects team spends a lot of time on something, the stark contrast between a real prop and a CGI prop are it's staggering. This is a perfect example of the CGI is good enough for an indie production. It's good enough for what I expect from this level of filmmaking. Even the ship doesn't look too bad. It's just a ship. Doesn't need to be much. The interior of the ship, not too bad. You know, here we go. And I'm sure whoever made this, if they ever made another one, they would know, they would be able to make it way cooler and look way better, and they would know exactly what to do with it. A lot of the reason that this looks a little iffy is because this is probably their first time trying things with CGI, trying things with green screen. Not maybe fully understanding how to blend it. But they got the camouflage right. Well, sort of. The lighting is a bit iffy on it. But it looks invisible, doesn't it? It looks like it's supposed to be invisible. The clacking? Beautiful. Love it. Ravel says, with projects like these, you know there is at least a soul within the production. Hollywood productions feel like the soul was ripped out, kicked and beaten, then shoved back in. Yep. Exactly, Rival. That's exactly what Hollywood has been doing for years. Look at it. The uncloaking of it. On par with the films. It looks... They get the parts right that they need to get right. And they didn't have the money for sets, so they just said, fuck it, we'll use green screen the entire time. And as long as your lighting matches, you can overlook bad CGI, guys. You can always overlook it. As long as the story and the actor on screen is interesting, you can always overlook visuals. They just need to be passable. They don't need to be perfect. Great. Look at that red light. The red light flashing on them. That looks great. It's messing around with something. I don't know what it's messing with, but it's tense, isn't it? Because we know there's an alien around. He knows there's an alien around. He's looking for it. I don't know why they did that with the laser, but alright. Maybe he was scanning something and turned on its scanner. I don't know. Okay. He's got a little ball. Close up? You laying a trap? I don't know, let's see. What is this for? Ah! Oh, he looked... Now we understand, don't we? Huh, I wonder why he looked at the floor. Ah, he was looking through the floor, probably looking through and seeing another chamber. He wants to get down there, so he puts the thing on the ground, it cuts a hole for him, and he drops it in through the hole. All of it is explained visually. This is exactly what I want. When me and Rival were talking earlier, and we said, let's make a movie about nothing but a predator, right? Just do it from the predator's point of view. No dialogue. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Give this guy $90 million and let him make a fucking cool predator film where it's just the predator on screen the whole time. No dialogue, all visual storytelling. Look at how awesome that looks. There come the drums. The music is like a little hit or miss for me, but they seem to be editing the music pretty well. The sound is pretty there. Wow, look at that. I got all the themes. Got all the samples. Look at that shot. That's an amazing shot. Now imagine this shot if you had a $90 million budget to work with. You could make these tanks, you could either make real props or you could make them CGI but photo real. You could render this in like a good fucking renderer like Nuke or something. And you could still have this guy entirely on a green screen, but you could up the prop game and up the environment and make the renders prettier for the CGI. And it would be the same thing. The composition's already there. That's why you can overlook bad CGI sometimes, is if the frame looks right. Okay, a little bit of a failure there. The eyes are supposed to be yellow, not blue. But this could be a different type of helmet, you know? I can forgive that. I want it to be yellow, but I'll accept it as blue, because at least it had the eye flash. Interacting with the CG to make it like, hey, this is a real thing. Look, I'm touching it. That's why he touched it. To reinforce the idea that the environment he's in is not just a green screen. That he can interact with it. That he's there. It's real. It's immersing you. It's pulling you in. Me talking is probably breaking the immersion, honestly, but... Oh, look, a broken container. Oh, he backs up. He's like, wait a minute. Where is this thing? I need to be careful. One of them is loose. Speed shot. That's great. That's a great bit of action. The suspense paid off. Yeah. Look at the shrug, too. Look at the way he shrugs it off. He's just like, oh, yeah. Kicked your ass, didn't I? Like, he just bopping it. Also, that's another thing that's interesting, is that the Predators cut their mask. I mean, yeah, it could be for any number of reasons, but a benefit of their mask is probably that it covers so that the damn, you know, infester alien can't get in there and mess them up. That's possible. Maybe it's protection. I don't know. We haven't seen that. Yeah, look at that. How's that for composition? Just this thing in the shadows, this form. It's trying to get away. Did you guys notice what I noticed? This is CG. This is a CG environment and animation, I believe. This looks like a CG animation with a character running through a computer graphics thing. And it just matched... Sorry about that. It just match cut into the live action footage so that it would keep up. I don't know if that's the case. It looked like that to me. But regardless, it looked smooth. It looked good. It looked like what you want. Checking scanners. Oh, it's backing up. The shadow's correct on the floor. I like that. It's a nice soft shadow. A lot of people just tend to put a shadow under it, but they're really selling you with the shape of that shadow. Oh! And, oh no, it's got him! Fight time! Look at the color of it in the thermal vision. That's so cool. Uh-oh. Oh shit, my thing's not working. Look over to the thing to indicate that it's broken, and I am acknowledging that. You don't need it. We're gonna go hand to hand on this. This is when a predator should be going hand to hand with the thing it's hunting, is when it's hunting a fucking xenomorph. Another one's coming. Oh, he missed. This is cool. This is a great action sequence. He just fucking Sparta kicked it. I'm sorry, can we go back? This is clearly a reference to 300. Like, this is a slow motion Sparta kick. Look at this. It's Spot. It just kicks him. It's awesome. It's cool though, right? That was cool. Makes sense. You don't want that thing near you, so you kick it away from you. And he's going cloak, so he can chase after it and it won't see him coming. Uh-oh, he's setting up an ambush. He's running back to his buddies. It's like, oh shit. It's like, oh, Phil? You good, Phil? Oh, there's the loader. Here he comes. Power punch. What the hell was that? Oh, I think he cut off a piece of him. Oh, he did. The acid blood, a nice touch. Really selling the xenomorph angle. Oh, he got some more coming. Wait, his gun's broken though. Oh, his gun's broken. What does he do with the laser? He still uses it to aim so he can throw a knife right in his face. The fan service, we all love the net. The net's cool, man. Every time the Predator uses the net, it's always cool. Rival says, a good bit of ambiguous characterization in one shrug. You could interpret the shrug as, I'm tired of these creatures. Only one of them, good. That kind of spooked me, or damn, I'm a good shot. Exactly, Rival. You can interpret a good action in a story. Anything in a story, there should be multiple ways to always interpret a story. You should be able to look at a character's actions and go, they could be meaning this, this, or this, and the rest of it relies on context. The audience should be able to walk away taking your film in the way that the story should be yours. The vision should be yours. You should get across what you want to get across, but the minute things like that with the shoulder shrug, things like that should be debatable between the fans of like, what do you think he meant by that? Oh, well, I think he was shrugging like, man, I'm a good shot. No, I think it was a I'm tired type shot. Maybe that was kind of shrug. I don't know. A little bit of ambiguity is fine. Just don't confuse the audience. It's beautiful. You'll see it. Uh-oh. Here comes Mama. Here comes the xenomorph fucking hybrid. Here come the bongos. So now we have the Predator Xenomorph hybrid. Now's the boss fight, right? Here comes the boss fight. Here comes the spear axe thing he's got. Oh, denied. Beating the meat off of this Xenomorph. Oh no, the tail! The scream, the green blood, everything I expect to see. All of this in a fan film that probably cost them, like, $500. Like, you just know all of the budget for this went into buying, like, a green screen and a costume for the Predator. They were this is one guy. I guarantee you the guys in the beginning were probably just, like, the director and some of his crew, or, like, some of his buddies that came over for a beer, and then they shot that. And then the rest of it was just to pay for, like, the guy in the suit with the costume to be the Predator. I guarantee that's how fucking... Because you can tell they didn't waste a bunch of money on, like, sets and everything. They were just like, fuck it, the green screen's good enough. And it looks fine, let's go with it. I like the orange blood, that's cool. The idea that this one's different, so its blood is different. Uh-oh! One of the humans is alive. It has somebody's here with a gun. Oh, who is this now? I think this is the soldier before that was setting up the camera. We have a little bit of alien fan service. Remember in Aliens, the end of it, where she puts him to sleep in the cryopod, and he's missing an eye and got the bandage over it? A little bit of fan service for the aliens. I don't know how this guy's alive. It's beautiful, though. You love to see it. They kind of just have the main theme on a loop, but it works. I didn't have any moment where the music could have been done better, but yeah. We got a gun that looks a little more like the pulse rifle. Not bad. This guy looked tired. It's been like, what, 37 hours? Oh, shit. Oh, no. Wait. Here we go. So this is like the other AVP where they kind of teamed up to kill it. Oh, now we're gonna fight. Hell yeah, now he fights the human. Now that is when you earn the right to use a shield, Prey. That's when you earn the right to use a shield. This thing already beat the Predator's ass. It's not there to hunt this human. It doesn't care about the sport of this human. It's defending itself. And that's a cool looking shield. Let's go. That's how you do a shield. You know why this movie's good? Because fans made it. People that give a shit about the product made it. Oh, damn. He got impaled. Yeah, the CGI there is a little bit rough. But not bad on the wire work. If that was wire work, I don't know. Might have just been they comped him out and like threw him across in After Effects. Go to hell. Oh, plot twists. Do we remember the first movie? The first movie. The first Predator movie. The Predator sets a bomb and then laughs. This guy, go to hell, blows himself up. It's a role reversal. But Predator now inhabits Arnold Schwarzenegger's role. So this was essentially, what if the first Predator movie, but the Predator switched places with Arnold. And it works, doesn't it? Uh-oh, he's surrounded by a bunch of eggs. This isn't good. And here come the mama. Uh-oh, they're the queen. And he got one knife. He gonna get it. I doubt we're gonna get a whole sequence with this, though. Maybe. Oh, we might. I don't know. There's like 2 minutes left. Oh, you ready to kill this motherfucker? You gonna do it to him? Oh, we are getting a fucking queen fight. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, Rival says the blood and gore is serviceable. Exactly. Exactly. It works just enough for a fan film. Like, you can tell it's a very low-budget indie production. So you forgive it. Because there's clearly intent behind it. Oh, I got him. Got him right in the head. That's gonna be one hell of a trophy. Uh-oh, there goes his mask. Oh no, now he's all green. Oh no. Look at that. Look at, they even got the color of the blood correct. Here we go. Now the Predator's gonna nuke itself. Look at them screaming at each other. They're communicating. Uh-oh. Ew, they're like really long fingers. That's gross. I don't think that's how it actually is supposed to look, but you can see it makes it creepy having a little fingernail on the end like that. Oh, here it comes. Here comes the nuke. And the whole Sulaco is going to explode. You love it. The orchestral score, the riser. There goes the Sulaco. And it explodes into the credits. Alex Popov, bravo. I salute you and your team. You guys did great. That's awesome. Now, is it James Bush level? Maybe not. But James Bush was doing something else. James Bush is doing something very down to earth, very easy to film on location in a forest with a couple of Ren Fair costumes, right? He used his budget in a different way. They had to do a lot of CGI in this to make it epic. You had to have CGI creatures. You had to have a CGI ship. You didn't have the money for a whole set. Look at all these guys. Fantastic. I mean, look at this. This is basically Alex. I mean, at the end of the day. And not to discredit anyone else, but Alex is the main man on this one. This is very much. He produced it. He wrote it. He directed it. Executive producer, Daniel William Bones. I assume that's probably his best friend or something helping out. First AD is Ryan Sargent. Second AD is Scott Leslie. The DP was Alex Popov and Scott Leslie. Scott Leslie is probably camera op for the shots where, you know, he probably was on set, or maybe he was like doing something else with the camera in certain sequences. Fantastic. Let's see. Rival says, and the no sound in space. A nice touch. Yeah, where the sound kind of just, yeah, you're right. DP, grip. So Ryan Sargent, Scott Leslie. This was like 3 guys. Look at the list. There's like 3 guys that worked on this. The Cats. The Predator was Scott Leslie, Scott Reed, and Ryan Sargent. I guess they took turns in the suit, or they did different parts. I don't know. Marine number 1 was Ryan Sargent. Marine number 2 was Alex Popov, the director. Yeah. The lab personnel was Ryan Sargent. The lab scientist was J. Daniel Jones. There are 4 people. 4 people total on this entire project. And they just made Hollywood look like a bunch of fucking chumps. They have special thanks for the models. They found a bunch of models online. They got some music from the actual... They just found some stuff from the library. I'm probably going to have to test this because it's probably going to be pissed that it's hearing it. They did this with Maya, Poser. I think Poser is probably some sort of animation software. After Effects, Adobe Premiere, Particle Illusions, Photoshop, all of it on Windows XP. I don't want to hear anyone in this day and age say that they can't make a film better than Hollywood. Oh, I don't have the money. These guys did it with a green screen and a bunch of digital props. Oh, I don't have the time. These guys probably shot this a little bit at a time on the weekends. Oh, well, I don't have a cast and a crew. There are 4 of these guys. You're telling me you and 3 of your buddies can't put together something? This could compete with Predator 2018 and Prey and still be good. The only thing stopping this from being a great feature film is budget. Give Alex Popov, just give him 40 mil. You don't even have to give him a full 90. I guarantee this guy is probably so good at managing his very tight budget he had to work with and figuring things out. Guarantee you could give this guy maybe 40 mil. Guys, do I know how much Napoleon was for? You guys want to say the Napoleon Dynamite budget? $400,000. It wasn't even $500,000 on this fucking thing, and it made $45 million. All you'd have to do is give Alex Popov a couple of animators, a couple of CG artists, a couple of guys knowing what they're doing, pay those guys, pay him maybe triple the size of his team, right? Bring in some animators, some CG guys, some stunt guys to play the Predator, some puppet guys, a couple of those things. You give him at most $1 million. You give him $1 million and you say, go, have fun. And you say, we don't care how long it takes. Here's $1 million. Go spend. We'll give you like 5 years. Get it done. You have the max time. We want this done within 5 years. If you get it out sooner, great, but don't kill yourself over it. Just get it done when you get it done. I guarantee you could see AVP Redemption, and it would be fucking cool in a feature-length film. Anyway, that is AVP Redemption by Alex Popov and his team. An absolute legend, right up there with James Bush. You love the fan projects. You love to see it. Rav says, couldn't even tell the Predator was 3 guys. That's something most other productions can't do. See, that's the thing is, what it might be is there might be like, they might each have a credit because it might be like, like to cut down on time, they might have 3 different costumes, but they all look approximately the same in build. So it's like, oh, I'll do this at my house on my green screen with this shot, and because we're all just going to assemble it in the green screen in the digital environment anyway, so we'll each just be at our houses and film it ourselves, and that way we don't have to get together at the same time. We just have to get it done. That means they could be filming 3 different Predator scenes at once, if that's what they did. I don't think they did. But what it might be is they might be taking turns in the suit. They might be, it might be that, like, okay, well, one of them is like deciding something for the suit, and so they're playing the character, but they're not actually in the suit. I don't know. I don't know how they decide to credit themselves as like 3 guys on the same stunt work, but you love to see it. You love to see it. Anyway, yeah. So Prey, a 4 out of 10. That's me being charitable. I can knock it down to a 3 out of 10 and not lose any sleep over it. Fuck that film. Fuck you, Dan Trachtenberg, and Patrick Izon, and Fox, and the studio, and all this other nonsense. You can go fuck. Anyway, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat now. But that is it for the stream. I'd like to thank Rival and Sap and Fudge and everybody for coming out, checking it out. Yeah, I don't know next time I'm on the stream, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's it for the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do the usual. Like, subscribe, check out my streams. I will see you guys in the next video. Reaver the Rager, signing off.